And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ouachita Parish here in Northeast Louisiana. I am Doug Gann, and Coach Ernie Lott will be joining us here momentarily. Great night for football. The sun is starting to set as summer turns into fall. The sun is making its way down. We'll get some good shots of that throughout the evening of the sunset on there. But we are ready for Game 2 of district action. This is your Ash Trojans making the trip just up Highway 165, hour and 45 minutes or so to get up here with a little bit of traffic, and it is a great night. Ouachita Parish 1-0. They knock off West Ouachita last week. They win big in that one, 69-7. Ouachita 3-1 on the season and 1-0 in district. Again, I am Doug Gann, so welcome everyone. Great night for football. Again, we will be covering Alexandria Senior High School from the Ouachita area. Menard will be playing and Buckeye will be playing. So all of our 446 Sports family you'll be able to catch. And head coach Ernie Lott will join us here in just a little bit. The coach always has his keys to the game, so we're excited about that. Looking over the field, you see the Trojans are in their white uniforms. They've got the white pants, white shirts, the block purple letters trimmed in gold, and man, it's great to get back here to West Ouachita. You know, last year we lose that game. Oh, what was it? 26-23 in what was a game that was here, and they got out ahead. Ouachita got out ahead of the Trojans. Trojans made that big run right before you get into the half, and you thought that Ash would have a chance in it, but Ouachita puts that touchdown around at the end of the game that did things. Ouachita comes back with Cardell Sermons. He is Cardell Sermons Jr. Have him listed as an athlete, and athletic he is. He's carried the ball 123 times for 1,359 yards, 17 touchdowns, and he's added another couple of hundred. What you see out of Ouachita tonight is they like to run the football. They have rushed for 20 yards south of 2,000. So 1,980 yards the Ouachita Lions have ran for. But don't sleep on them when they're throwing the football, as they have thrown for another 900 yards. So they're averaging up around 3,000 yards of total offense. It's been a hit-or-miss season for this Ouachita team as they start out at home versus Rummel and Neville. They lose the game to Rummel, which, as you know, anybody knows that the history of Rummel, and they are just as solid as you will find. And then they knock off a mighty powerful Neville Tiger team, and we've seen Neville, what they did last week in that game locally with Peabody. Then Conway, Arkansas, and we were able to talk to Mike Downhour, who does the play-by-play in the radio call for the Ouachita Lions. Has been doing that for a number of years. Good friend of mine is Mike Downhour. And Conway, Arkansas said they averaged a play about every 2 or 3 seconds in that one. And the officials would set the ball ready for play. Whether the other officials were ready, said it's the fastest that they've seen play, and the guys in Arkansas just let them do it. It wasn't that big of a concern. And then they played Brother Martin. So they start the season 3 losses and 1 win. That 1 win coming over Neville, and then they beat OCS and West Ouachita in their game. So sitting at 3-3, one of their wins was that big, decisive 69-7 victory over West Ouachita. You look at the totals. You look at the total series, and Ouachita leads this one 6-2 all time. 6 wins against 2 losses. It's been a few years since the Trojans have won the game against Ouachita. That does include that 26-23 win that we saw up in Monroe. So if you take that road outside of Ball and make your way on up 165, you're going to get into Monroe. When you hit the interstate, take a right on I-20. That'll get you, of course, into Monroe. Makes your way around to where Ouachita is. They are coached by head coach Todd Garvin. He is in his second year, 12-7 on the season. Had a little bit of a rebuild to last year, but, of course, his record is 1-0. Coach Thomas Bachman in his 7th year with Alexandria, 46-27, 2-3 against the Lions of Ouachita. So getting ready for a big night. How did the Trojans get here, you ask me? Well, you remember the first 2 games of the season. They lose 35-20 in that mud fest versus Karen Crow. Take the road trip down to Lafayette area and play St. Thomas More. Lose that one 42-35. And that was another one of those games that the Trojans got Oh, that's my speaking of Ouachita, and it's my buddy Mike Downhour. Mike Downhour is back here, does the radio for this Ouachita team, and welcome aboard.
And
Mike.
with me here is Desmond Lighton, who does color.
Desmond, glad to see
welcome you,
here.
Ash people, to Ouachita territory.
Look, be careful how you say that. Look, we're talking a little bit about how games are so.
Hey, do you, Des? Do you see what I'm holding up here?
I don't.
It is a Ouachita game jersey. Why would I have a necessary Ouachita game jersey down here with these Ash folks?
Look, we don't come and interrupt your broadcast.
Well,
what's the meaning behind all of this?
Last year, this loud guy called me up and said they're coming off a state championship win, and these guys are gonna. Let's do a bet, okay? He said, if Ash wins, you've got to wear an Ash jersey for the whole week.
Wait.
And I'm like, wait a minute. So if Ouachita wins, you've got to wear the Ouachita jersey. And the man left before we could talk post-game last year.
Good friends. We're supposed. That's just
no. This
witty
football.
banter.
No, this is football. No.
So you're
Mr. Gann. This is your Ouachita jersey for the evening.
You want me to hold it up?
No, sir. I want it on your body. Take the headset off. Here, we can help you put this thing on for you here.
Boy, this is.
This is team spirit here, people.
I hope this goes
Team spirit.
This goes to Alexander, Pineville, Tiogas at all points.
Yes, sir, Coach Lou Saint-Amand. That's exactly what this does. Look at this. Look, he's even got shoulder pads up in there. Not a bad. Hey, do you play O-line? Because we need a little help down there.
Stop. No, I've seen the way you guys rush the football. You don't need O-line help.
Hey, come on, let's
get
Des, bring it in here. Let's get a picture here.
Let's get that.
Come on, Coach.
This is something else. And look, at least the number is right. 98 was my son's number throughout high school.
I thought that's how many points we were going to score tonight.
Wow.
Oh, my. Did I say that out loud? My bad.
Wow. So you want this back now? You don't? Or do you?
No, sir. You wear it for the entire broadcast.
Because that was.
Take another one.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to send this back. Look, I appreciate all of this social media support, but I've got a game to call, and you guys.
Oh, it's pregame, man. It's a piece of cake. You've got a jersey to wear is what you've got.
Right.
All right, Coach.
Look, guys, as always, it's wonderful to see you.
Mr. Doug Gann, have yourself a wonderful game. Hope you guys win every game but this one.
This one, wow. You feel the love up here in Ouachita, and this is just, and I get grief because Ernie Lott is finally making it. Where were you at before this when I got ambushed?
I wasn't getting in the middle of none of all that. They were having too much fun.
Wow. So this doesn't even feel right on there. Anyway.
And that's a triple extra large, isn't it?
Well, they make them snug, Coach, these days.
Oh, okay.
Because and I have worked out a little bit in the past. That's don't be. I mean, that's one of those things. So we are. Look, I'm at a loss for that. And just in the pregame, I was talking about my buddy Mike Downhour and what a great job they had. Look, he's still giving me grief out of this. This is tough. Yeah, I don't know about this. It just doesn't.
How good a buddy is he,
right.
huh?
Yeah. Well, next year. Just wait till next year when they come back to Alexandria.
Get that jersey ready.
Indeed, we will. This has been a struggle. Glad that Coach Ernie Lott has joined us. He drives he drives the bus for the band as well, and I think you guys stopped for a little pregame meal, didn't you?
Absolutely. We stopped at the truck stop over there, but they had quite a selection, man. They had chicken, they had pizza, and they had Subway sandwiches, and the kids, that's pretty much everything they eat right there.
Well, from what I understand, Chuck, did we talk about it? Our Troy dolls are going to dance pregame on here, so we're going to take an opportunity to do that. We're not able to talk to Coach Bachman pregame on there. They got in a little bit late, and so he wanted to get down and get to the field, so we made sure that he was. Boy, this thing is just I don't see how him. Well, this must have been for one of them old safeties or something. One of those little wide receivers. I don't know what. Anyway, so if you're wondering why I have this jersey on, then you'll have to go back and watch the first of it. So let me see if I can get over here to where that shot is. Got to go this way with it. So this is somehow this bet that I think he made. Coach, do you remember that? I don't know if I.
Well, it wasn't it a real close game.
26-23 and ended up.
Maybe we were into the game. I don't remember it right off the top of the head, but I don't remember a lot of stuff.
Exactly. That's my supporter there. We're going to take our first break of the day. When we come back, we'll see the Ash Troy Dolls perform here pregame. We'll talk to Coach Ernie Lott about his keys to the game, and we'll meet some of the key starters in tonight's contest. So don't go anywhere. The countdown to coin toss rolls on. You're watching Ash Trojan football exclusively on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years.
That was the Ash Troy Dolls.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, But why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we are back here to Ouachita, high above the stands here in Ouachita, up near Monroe is where we're at, Ouachita Parish. And Coach, saw the Troy Dolls dance and saw them able to do. What do we get back to in our keys to the game? Look, I'm so flustered because I'm having to wear this Ouachita. Let me tell you, I did go down there and spend a little time on their pregame show, and the bet is renewed tonight. Okay. And I told him when he comes down, and I did our best coach speak too. I told him, I said, look, I just hope we can tackle and block and stay away from the penalties and things like that. I wasn't going to let him in on your keys to the game, though. But I need these keys because I can't wear Ouachita jersey 2 years in a row, Coach. So let's have your best keys to the game tonight.
Well, I'm going to have to kind of ad-lib because I didn't have time to write them down. But the biggest and foremost key is that our defense has got to step up tonight, and we've got to limit them to under 3 touchdowns. I noticed, I was looking at the stats, and they've been averaging close to 40 points a game this year. And if we can keep them to 3 touchdowns and our offense does what they normally do, score 4 or 5 touchdowns, we should be good. Second thing, of course, special teams is always a key. I hadn't seen them, didn't get to see them warm up too much, but oh man, that's a picture for forever, huh?
That's certainly a tough one. I hope you see the chagrin in my face from this. All right, so your keys to the game, because I've got to get out of this Ouachita jersey next year. Cannot wear it back-to-back, Coach.
Well, the special teams, once again, I think is going to be important. We're playing on an artificial turf here, so that's going to be it's going to be a fast track. There shouldn't be an excuse for slipping and sliding. It's a good night for football. The heat's not going to be a factor, and we're not going to have the heat timeouts. Last year they got us by 3 points, I believe it was.
26-23, correct.
And
started out fast. The Trojans had to come back in that one, if you'll remember, and actually took the lead towards the end of it. And Ouachita makes that drive right at the end. Yeah. There were a couple of turnovers, had a great opportunity, and let that one slip away last year.
Well, and that would be my third key. I think we've got to eliminate the turnovers, the mistakes. We had a couple of fumbles. Of course, they did us a favor last week and onside it and fumble and give us a ball on the 50-yard line and stuff like that. So, we've got to play a complete game tonight in order to win, because this is a good football team. They played a tough schedule like we have.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They played Neville, and Ruston.
Well, you look
barely
at it,
beat Neville, and they beat Neville worse than Ruston did.
That Conway, Arkansas team was the toughest one of all of them. So I talked to Coach Bachman off the air a little bit too, and they're going to try to equal that pace. That group from Conway, Arkansas, evidently the officials up there don't care if their team's ready or not, or the other officials, they're going to spot a ball when the offense is ready. So he said sometimes within 2 or 3 seconds they're spotting the ball and going.
Well, and that was another thing, going back to the playoff game against Acadiana, the official let them get away with coming down and not getting fully set, and then they were snapping the ball before they were actually set, and that's illegal. But it's so close that they didn't call it, and I think that's an advantage for the offense. And hopefully we can be able to simulate the NASCAR and do the same thing to them, and they can't get substitutions in and out and so forth. So hopefully we'll have a good game tonight, because we need to get back on the winning track here.
Again, in 6 games, Cardell Sermons has went 132 times he's carried it, Coach, 1,359. And just to put it into perspective on there, Zach Jackson has carried it 62 times for just 321 yards. So a fifth of the amount of yards on half the carries on there. So
he's going to be the key to stopping him, undoubtedly.
And again, this is so basic, just so basic. I asked Coach Bachman, I said, what do you got to do to stop him? He said, Doug, we just got to tackle him. We're prepared to find him. We just have to make sure that we tackle him.
Yeah, well, and that's, I don't want to get in specifically about any group, but I think our defense last week, we did miss a lot of tackles, and when they run right straight at us, we have a tough time, tackling when they're putting a hat on a hat, and we're not getting off the blocks and making tackle. Once they get past the line of scrimmage, it's pretty tough for us to bring them down.
Well, it is indeed a tremendous night for football, Coach. Excited about this one. back home next week. So we go 3 games in a row. We were at home, and then we turn around and we'll go home, away, home, or away, home to finish up the season. Hard to believe that we are already in week 7 tonight, and man, just 4 games, including this one, to go.
Yeah, and this like I say, this is going to be a big game to determine playoff, situation. It's going to be tough as it is to get in the playoffs with a limited number of spots, down to 24, and so every game's important, no matter who it is.
Well, you bring up such a good point, too. And all those years that we've talked, once the split came about, we talked an awful lot about, man, if there was another division, if they could get back together. Let me tell you, this select Division 1 is a powerful group, because you look at the top 8 that are up there. I mean, so you win a game, you get into the top 8 get buys, 16 through the next 8 are at home, and then the bottom 4 go for a right to go into that top 8 that got the bye because their power rating was so good. I mean, you see the likes of Catholic of Baton Rouge up there. Karen Crow, a team that we played in week 1, is up there towards the top of the rankings as well. So you look around for that team that, well, who don't want to draw in the playoffs? Coach, there ain't one.
Ain't no weak sisters that
Right.
won't even get to that point.
Well, and they tell you, when you look around in the room and don't see the weak player, it might be you. The Trojans are ready to go to battle tonight. Coach said they're as fired up as they have been. We have been able to watch Mesh out there kicking a little bit too. So working on special teams, working on offense, working on defense. Trojans are getting ready to come out. This thing is going to get exciting. We're going to take our final break. I know we didn't take a lot of them here. Well, we may just keep it right here then. Or yeah, can we do that, Chuck? Yeah, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back getting close to the coin toss, getting close to the kickoff. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Countdown to Coin Toss right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Senla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we are back high atop Ouachita Parish High School. Again, Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott, and captains for tonight's contest, Mandrell Lewis for Ouachita, number 63, Christopher Pleasant, number 40, Kendrick Cooley, and number 77, Noah Miller. For your Trojans, number 3, Datlin Cunningham, number 5, Bryce Rushing, number 14, Eric Jones, and number 91, Dwight Miner. Those are the captains for tonight's contest, and we'll take a look and see. And you see it right there on your screen. Great camera work by our guys up in the booth. Coach, you know, both of these teams are looking forward to getting that football at the second half. So whoever wins this toss, you got to believe will defer things to the second half.
Yeah, well, I just hope the Trojans come out and play right off the bat in the first few minutes of the game, because that's kind of been the boogaboo for us for the last couple of games. We come out slow and then have to fight to get back in it.
Looks like Ouachita has won the toss, and the Trojans, yeah, Ouachita's won it. They've elected, we believe, to receive. Oh, they're going to take it, so that does change things. And that's, Coach, that offense that gets out there, and you put you put Cardell Sermons Jr. out on the field first, and he's carried the ball for close to 1,400 yards. From scrimmage, he's got about 1,800.
Yeah, well, the defense to find out if we can stop him or not here right off the bat. And I don't know how many do we have any injuries that you know of? Did you talk with Coach?
Everybody seems to be good and ready to go. We're going to pause and let you join things on the field with tonight's prayer and anthem.
Will you please bow your heads for the prayer? Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play the game in a manner by which our words and our actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into the competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for members of the opposing team. Amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem.
As always, a great job here by the group from Ouachita, and we are just about ready to get this thing going. Coach, again, it was Ouachita winning the toss. They have elected to receive. That's, in my mind, as good as the Trojans winning the toss, because they would have deferred.
Right, and we're going, like I say, we're going to see what the defense has got here. If we can put the stop to the running back and keep it good field position.
Again, we are up in the Monroe area here, home of the Ouachita Parish Lions. Ouachita back and set to receive this. Number 1 and number 20, Joncavian Lewis is back there along with DeMonte Thomas. We'll see, they switch a little bit, and Van Dyke comes out there, so they swap kickers during the setup, Coach.
That makes me wonder what we might try the onside, or what you think?
I think they may be giving that idea, but Ouachita has not moved a bit on there. Trojans have got to come out. Gone are the days of the kickoffs going in the end zone. That'll be back, we got to believe, as the legs get a little bit stronger, because these are younger kickers. But it is a tremendous, tremendous night for football. Excited to be here with you. Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott, bringing you all the action from Ouachita Parish High School, courtesy of 446 Sports, and ready to get this thing kicked off. Again, Lewis and Thomas are set back, and it looks like now they've brought Thomas up, and it's just Lewis. So they bring Lewis and Thomas up, and that brings Simon back deep. So you've got three pretty big backs that are back there set to go. Of course, Lewis, or Sermons, who is the deep back at the 10, is one of the most explosive. He was number 2 in rushing coming into this game, or coming into last week's game, and now sits at 4th. That kick is up, and it's going to make it to the sideline over where Lewis is. Lewis makes his way up the sideline and is going to be brought down at the 35. And, Coach, it was some big special teams runs last year that did it for Ouachita in that game, if you recall.
Yeah, like I say, special teams, you don't think about it a lot, but that can make a difference in the ball game in a heartbeat. Like kickoff return, punt return, any of those things is a very important part of the game.
Indeed it is. Week 2 of the district slate. They'll come out with Zach Jackson there in the backfield. He's got Lewis flanked to his left side, to the 2 leading rushers, of course. Sermons is going to get the toss to the near side. Now you just have to tackle him. Going to get to the outside, and look at it, Coach. That's a sign of a good back, too. Just goes on out of bounds and avoids contact.
Well, and he had the corner turned, and it just pure speed. He had some decent blocking on the end, but they, early on you're going to see what they saw on the film, and that hurt us a little bit last week. They got outside our ends quite a bit. So
12-yard pickup there, first down and 10 from the 47. Toss goes to the other side, blown up in the backfield, and there's that big Trojan tackle. Great work by the Trojans, number 23. Is that Crenshaw comes up there and makes that. And, Coach, that's going to be a loss of 5 there. So great job stunting by Crenshaw to come in there and get that.
Yeah, they've shown so far that they're going to attack the outside, and so we 1 out of 2 here.
Second down, 15 from the 43.
Trap.
Johnson's going to keep that one up the middle, and he's going to be met right there. Gary Matthews comes up with that one, but in the backfield with him was Aiden Walker coming up making that play. Officially no gain on the play. Watch the replay here, and you'll see Walker and Matthews come blow up the middle of that play. Third down and long. Trojans with a big-time opportunity to get a 3 and out.
Got the big
Save
receiver
the first
over here.
one. Yeah, that is a big guy, Coach.
About 6'6".
Trevon Bradford goes 6'7". Johnson back to pass. Here comes that pressure. Zips this one over the middle, and it's complete to Sermons, and he's going to take it down inside the 25 to the 22. Johnson dangerous with the arm as well.
And that was a bullet right there. He laid it on the line and just hit him right in the chest, and it's a nice pass and catch for a big gain. He's limping around a little bit. It looked like he might have tweaked his ankle.
First down and 10 from the edge of the red zone. Go the Lions. 10-22 in this drive. That was a big third down completion after 2 first and second down stops. Handoff goes to Sermons up the middle. He's going to be met by that big defensive line once again. And coming in and making that play, Coach, was Caleb Andrus.
Number 2 kind of got upset on him on the sideline. He was blocking after the whistle, but I bet it won't happen next time.
You know, one of those things you talked about was the limping of Sermons, and he does come out. C.J. Spurs, the sophomore running back, now in the game. Under center, it looks like Jackson is going. First time we've seen that tonight. Typical I formation. Jackson's got it. Fullback's going to get it. That's the first man through, and he's grinding those legs. We saw last week some success from Ruston do that, and that carry was number 45, Jamarion Treadway.
Yeah, he checked off at the line of scrimmage that time and just gave them fullback dive and must have saw a little gap. I didn't see exactly how the Trojans lined up, but apparently we didn't. He ran between the tackle and the guard. We got a nose man right now.
Same formation, back to the I formation. You have Sermons in there at tailback out of the I. Handoff goes once again to the big fullback up the middle, and he's busting through. And again, Coach, we saw Ruston do that with success last week, and that's Treadway for the first down carry. He picks up 5. First down and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. We've just not been able to handle straight ahead running with the offensive line moving us out off the ball and getting to our linebackers before we can get a stop, and they're picking up 5 and 6 yards at pop.
Back in that power I formation, if you will, just the lone receiver. Handoff this time does go to Sermons, trying to cut it back, but the Trojans are keying on that young man. And again, in there is young Crenshaw, also Jeffers right and rushing along the way. And give him loss of a yard, get it back to the 7. You'll see again the pressure come right after Sermons, kind of keying on that one. He tries to cut it back, but the Trojans played sound home defense.
Yeah, he's not a big guy now. The fullback's a pretty good hand. I look for him to give it to him again once he's on a dive.
Johnson turns around and spins through there, and they checked down and just gave it right back to the fullback. Got to watch that. They'll get him down to the 2-yard line, Coach. And when he turns around and says something, it looks like he tells the fullback, you're about to get this one. So Trojans defensive coaches may want to look at that.
Yeah, they are, like I say, checking at the line of scrimmage, and when they see that 5-man front and linebackers backed off a little bit, they just give it on a dive, and he's got 2 or 3 yards already.
Third down of this drive. Very strong drive coming out of the gate for Ouachita. Fullback gets it. He's into the end zone. 2-yard touchdown carry on the night for Jamarion Treadway.
The Trojans, I'm not going to try to coach up here, but I think they're going to have to start pinching the tackles and try to keep those guards off our linebackers, and of course then they'll start trying to run outside. But right now they're killing us off tackle and between the tackle and guard on the straight dives. Hopefully we can make some adjustments in the coaches in the press box.
Emilio Rios set to add the PAT. That one is up, and it is good. 7-0. Ouachita takes the lead. 7:31 to go first quarter. We'll be right back to Ash Trojan football after this.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Coach, that's why Ouachita won the toss and got the football. They went down and put on a 4.5-minute drive. That was, let's see if we can figure it out on here, about an 8-play drive there that carried 65 yards. And we'll see if the Trojans can answer. Jalen Johnson and JT Lindsey back deep to receive. Mingo is up with some of the upbacks. He is there with Jimmy Duncan.
I don't think they're going to kick it deep. I got a feeling they're going to get a pop up here, kind of like what the Trojans did, and try to keep the return to a minimum. I may be wrong.
Or put a foot into it and hammer it down to the 5. That's going to be Johnson that's got it there, we believe. Bangs his head right into that line and is going to be brought down right away. Tried to get it just thinking that was Johnson. We'll have to see if in fact it was. No, that's looks like either Tay Frazier or Barajas that was on that one. Not sure, 8 or 9.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It looked like an 8 or a 9.
But that's what you get when you get defensive players in there running kicks back. They're going to bang in there and look for contact. Cunningham starts in the backfield with Joe. Receiver to the near side is Jones. Mingo and Johnson at the top. Handoff goes right there to Cunningham, and he's banging around. Picks up 5 on the play, does Datlin.
Got the official coming in from the sideline. Okay, I thought he was fixing to stop the play, but I guess he was just
Trojans look to go a little bit of tempo here, but get to the line and set. They trail this one 7-0. Gatlin's going to get it to the near side, gets into that secondary, twists around and all the way out to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard pickup
he
for
did
Cunningham.
Good job of wrapping the ball up that time. We had some issues with fumbling and stuff, so I'm sure they worked on that this week as well to make sure we don't give up the football.
Give him officially 16 on the carries. The Trojans have it out to the 41-yard line, first down and 10. Cunningham has carried it both times. Jones goes in motion. Now all three receivers to the far side, running that little inside screen. Mama's got it. Up the middle goes Mingo. Now to the outside 45, looking to make a man miss to the 38-yard line for Mingo.
That's what we need, is come back and answer their score here right off the bat. And we're doing the little hurry up here, looks like, trying to get the play in as soon as they can.
Not making, got to get that offensive line back just a little ways, and they get set. First down and 10 from the 38-yard line go the Trojans. Lindsey's going to get this one, bang his way up the middle. And again, a pickup of 5 on the play for the Trojans on first down. And I got to believe you'll take first down gains of 5 all night long, Coach.
Right, that kind of looked like a rugby scrum right there at the end. But anytime you can pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down, it allows you to make choices, either run or pass.
Trojans set with the backfield. First time we've seen both receivers. A little bit of a different line, and the Trojans have to get a timeout because not enough men were on the line of scrimmage, and that was an illegal formation as Harrington was not up on the line.
And the coaches giving them an earful there. That was a big mistake because it kind of changed the momentum. We were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden you got a stoppage, and they're going to give them time to make some adjustments over here on the sideline. Talk with the players on the defense. Looks kind of like the Cleveland Browns out there with the uniforms
They
got
do
on.
just a little bit. The gray, the old gray uniform tops with the white pants and the red almost favors the Pineville squad just a bit in their color coordination tonight. You'd rather take that timeout than lose yardage on that on the penalty that was coming with not enough men on the line of scrimmage or too many in the backfield, however you want to call that. Trojans at second down and 6 will call it, so give 20 yards on that, or 4 yards on that carry to Lindsey. Make it second down and 6 from the Ouachita 34-yard line. Trying to answer this one, and the Trojans are doing it with a little bit of tempo in this. Second down, 6 to go, 5:51 remaining first quarter of play. Trojans trailing this one 7-0. Each team has had it just once. This is the first possession for your Trojans. Joe brings Mai in motion, switches sides. Going to be a handoff to Lindsey, looking to get a block, and Lindsey bangs his way out near the 31.
Should have been a late hit there. He was on the ground, and the guy come in and kind of speared him. I didn't get the call, however.
5-yard pickup for JT. Will be third down and 1. Trojans have just one pass in this drive out of 5 plays, and that's the 21-yard reception to Mingo. Third down and short from the 29-yard line. Play action there. Screen is set up, going over the top of the wheel out of the backfield. That's complete to Cunningham. 10, 5, bangs around. Touchdown is good. Called from the near side, touchdown. Datlin Cunningham, touchdown Trojans. And Coach,
just barely made it in, but good thing he had possession when he crossed the goal line, because the ball, when he hit the ground, popped out, but he had crossed the goal line.
Well, the ball, when he crosses it, hits the end zone, hits the end line, and bounces up out of there, and that's what caused it. I think you might have seen the replay while we were looking away. We'll have that one posted. Trojans looking forward with 5-11 to tie this thing up. That kick is up, and it is good. 7 apiece. Trojans tied up on their drive. We'll be back on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, The trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your
Their
family's
clock operators
eye care
are better
needs,
looking than our
just
clock
like we have
operators.
been
You know
for
that?
nearly 40
I want to
years.
talk to our association.
Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Back to live action we go, and indeed, Coach Lott did make a statement there that their clock operators up here greater than our clock operators back home. I'm just saying. Trojans answer that with a 6-play, 80-yard touchdown drive, capped off by a 29-yard run by Cunningham. He had 50 yards on that drive. The big reception was from Mingo. He gets it 21 yards on that one, and we are here tied up at 5-11. Once again, so 2:17 on that 6-play drive.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats, and both teams score a lot of points, so it's going to be whose defense can step up and stop the other one, I think. Uh-oh, kicked it out of bounds. That's not good.
No, not what you want, but, you know, that is terrible. You don't like to see that happen, but I'll tell you this, they avoid a big run back anyway. They'll get it out near the 35 to the 40-yard line, or 35. Coach, and that's right where they had it last time.
Well, and I think he wants them to make them kick it again. Yep, looks like they got a choice of taking it where it went at
and
the 35.
You don't often see that. That's correct. Now's the time you turn around and maybe drop one down and onside it.
Who we got out there kicking? Is it?
See who they've got. That looks like Mesh.
Your eyes are better than mine.
I brought my extras this time.
Oh, okay.
So that's the difference. Trojans answer on that one, Coach, and you're right. It was good to see them come up and get that equalizing drive.
Yeah, because we've started the last couple of games down 21 points before we even get a score, and we answered the score this time. So maybe the defense can step up here, get a stop, and give the offense an opportunity to get a lead.
Again, Sermon's back at the 15-yard line. This is Van Dyke who will put a foot in this, and that is the onside kick bouncing around. Trojans have a chance. Ball's on the ground. And, it stayed there. It seemed like an eternity, Coach. But Ouachita is going to fall on it at the 45-yard line. And that's what I tell you back up like that, give yourself a shot at it.
Yeah, I don't think our guys saw the ball laying on the ground, because it was like I say, just laying out there for an eternity, and the Ouachita man just flat whipped it, but they were able to get back on it at the last second there.
And they will start their second drive at the 46-yard line. 5:07 to go here in the first. Early on, actually, they'll mark it at the 45-yard line is where they put that. We are all knotted at 7. Sermon's in the backfield with Jackson, correction. Handoff. No, Jackson's going to keep it himself up the middle. Picks up 6 on the play before he is brought down. And that's one of those that we had not seen early on.
He's not typically a running quarterback.
He's got a few, but they like to get the ball in the hands of Sermon. And then we saw what Jackson can do when he threw the football as well.
Yeah, he definitely put it on the line there a while ago, and now they got trips this side, so it's a possible passing situation. Second short.
Second down and 4. Looked like a little motion out of the fullback. Nothing called there, and there is that initial front of the Trojans. Dwight Minor leads the way on that one. He is backed up by Andrus. But Dwight Minor just flying through. And Coach, I'm not as disappointed in that defensive line. They are holding their own here. Third down and short. What we did not see in the first drive was the Trojans able to get off on downs. Watch the fullback carry as he turns around. We saw that 3 times on that first drive. And there it is, right up the middle. Fullback busts through and gets out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I'm sure they watched the film last week, and that's what killed us, the big fullback on the dive, and then if they didn't give it to the fullback, he led up in there, and then the quarterback just followed right behind him. So we have a problem with this, and that's linebackers have got to step up in there and really meet it solidly.
4 for 4 on third down conversions are the Lions early on. Sermons is going to get this one in the backfield, making a cut, making defenders miss, and he's going to race to the end zone, and nobody will catch him as he goes 34 yards, does Sermons, to the house for the touchdown.
This may be a shootout.
84 yards rushing for Sermons on 2 possessions, Coach.
Yeah, and we've not come close to really tattooing him at all the whole last 2 series.
Just 4 plays on that one, and it goes 55 yards.
Oh, bad snap.
Kick is up, though, and it is
Still
good.
made it to get it through.
14-7. Trojans trail in this one. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for these 2 squads back in 30 on 446 Sports.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
And we are back. That is Barajas that is back with Lindsey. So you've got Mingo to the near side, Duncan at the top as well. So you've got 4 speedy backs that are in there. And Rio set to kick this one off as Ouachita leads at 14-7. Trojans have got to get another answer as points are going to be aplenty this evening. Rios checks his guys and goes up and puts a foot into this one. And that's going to make its way over to Lindsey's got it at the 5. Now JT cuts outside, looking to get to the wedge, up the middle all the way out to the 30-yard line. They give him the 30, where the Trojans will start drive number 2, 3:33 remaining here in the first quarter.
They got decent coverage out there, kicking team, and then decent return. Anytime you can start on the 30 or better, that's a pretty good field position. I'd like to see them answer the score right here with 3:33 to go.
First down and 10 for the Trojans. Very efficient 6-play, 80-yard drive. They did that in 2:17 just a possession ago. 2 men in the backfield. Harrington there is the H-back. Handoff goes right up the middle, and there's going to be maybe a hold, maybe a face mask towards the end of it. That was thrown, that was dropped on the ground at the end of the play, not necessarily where you'd see holding. And there it is. It's the face mask. Coach, you'll see them more often. They will throw the flag when it's the holding. That was dropped right down there where the play is. And so they'll pick up a face mask and move it forward. So first down for the Trojans.
It was an inadvertent 5-yard variety instead of the big one.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line, so just 5 yards, not an automatic first, but enough to give them the first. Clock begins to run, 3:23 and counting here in the first. 14-7, high snap, but Joe has it. That's Cunningham going to the left side, trying to make a man miss himself, all the way down to the 38-yard line. Big time run for Cunningham. 22 yards on the carry for Datlin. And Datlin now has 77 on the night, and just churning away the yards on this exhibition of great running backs. Quickly back goes to Cunningham. Cunningham breaking up the middle down to the 23-yard line from the 38. 15-yard pickup for Datlin.
I don't know if it's great offense or not very good defense by both teams here.
Well, both of these backs are built the same way, as they do not quit churning those legs. We saw Datlin on the show last night, and just a big, solid young man. First down and 10 from the 21-yard line go the Trojans, just outside the red zone. Lindsey and Cunningham in the backfield, and the Trojans will spend their second time out.
They almost look like it's a all set power I set. He's in like a fullback position, but off to the side, and then they're leading with him one time and giving it to the deep back, and next time they're giving it to him. So
good mixture on there. Joe has only thrown the ball, Coach, one time tonight, and that was a 21-yard completion to Mingo on that little screen that was set up. This has been a display. Both teams over 100 yards in rushing in the first. 14-7 Lions lead, 2:35 remaining in the first. Trojans forced to burn their second timeout, and they come out now in that 3-receiver set with Mingo and Jones to the near side. Jalen in man coverage up the top, very loose coverage, so keep an eye on the top side of your screen. Joe back in the shotgun, just has Cunningham. Cunningham gets it, goes off to the inside, cuts around, and that's going to be the hold that we believe, because that one was thrown in there. And they'll call it from the spot of the foul after he picked up 5, so it should be back around the 25-yard line.
They're getting too close to the goal line, I guess. They, both teams are, running the ball and pounding it, which is unusual for the Trojans, but at the same time, that shortens the game to where they don't get the ball so much on offense. So hopefully we can continue to run the ball and pick up big yardage like we're doing here.
Now, it is not loss of down, but they do mark it from the spot of the foul. So the Trojans have it 1st down and 15, like we had stated earlier, from the 26-yard line. Joe in that offense look to Bachman on that far side. Cunningham in the backfield. Jalen, the lone receiver. He flanks that number 1 that is on the down marker. Mingo in the slot to the near side with Jones. Looking at the rush, and here it comes. Cunningham's got to pick it up. It does. Blows up the blocker, but here comes the pressure, and Joe is swallowed up. Big-time play that time by number 90, Omarion Wade.
Yeah, they brought the pressure that time. Got to Joe. He wasn't able to pick out a receiver quickly enough, so it's going to be 2nd and long, 18 yards here.
Yeah, they give him -3 on the sack as Joe was trying to run that, so it will be a sack. 2nd down now and 18, we believe. Yep, 2nd down and 18, 1:26 remaining here in the first. Johnson quickly in motion to the far side, trying to get him in man coverage, and they do. Out of the backfield, that's Jalen. That's 6. That's a touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, they got to run him on a rail route, and they must have been playing a zone, and he just ran right by the flat man, and there was nobody deep, and that was an easy 6 there.
Coach, and you know that you saw that when Jalen was just sprinting in motion. Usually it's a little bit of a jog. He sprinted and just rolled out of that backfield, a la the wheel route by the back.
Yeah,
but
and you didn't see nobody
there.
go across with him, so that told him that they were in a zone coverage, and he was wide open.
26 yards on that touchdown reception. Joe put that right in there. That kick is up and good. We're knotted at 14 with 1:14 to go. Got to catch our breath. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446
Our
Sports.
mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
We are back to Ouachita Parish High School. 2 drives for the Trojans, 2 touchdowns. 2 drives for the Lions, 2 touchdowns. That one for the Trojans went 6 plays, 70 yards, and the touchdown pass from Joe to Jalen Johnson on that one capped off that 2-minute 19-second drive. So the Trojans had it 2:17 their first drive. They get it 2:19 on that one. And this is a high sky kick to the 20-yard line. We'll see if that Trojan special teams can get down there. This one back to the 37, and it was number 40, Von Darbone, getting in there and getting that stop. So, again, great field position for this Ouachita team, and that's the biggest difference, Coach, in the kicking game that we've seen.
Yeah, we hadn't been able to kick it to the end zone, but at the same time we don't want to kick it deep because he's a tremendous speedster, so kind of kicking it to medium range, but they still starting in excellent field position.
37-yard line go the Lions. They'll start their 3rd possession, 1st down and 10. First 2 possessions have been touchdowns. Sermons touches it again, and why not? Good job coming up and making that stop was Jason Blackwell. Otherwise, Sermons would have been off and running again, Coach.
Yeah, they just ripping our front apart up there, and and we're going to practically a 6-man front and 2 linebackers, and they're still popping it 5 or 6 men. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Gone is the run to the outside because they're finding a lot of real estate up the middle. There they go once again, trying to cut, but the Trojans, unable to get the stop and will get the first down. Couple of good hits on Sermons, but he keeps banging forward.
Right, had him in the backfield for a second there, but he was able to twist out of it and managed to pick up the first down after some hard running on his part.
11 yards on the drive so far in 2 plays, both of those off the legs of Sermons. 26 seconds and counting.
Looks like they might be content to let the clock. No, let's see.
I think they're going to try to go get one more. Wind not a factor. Field position not really a factor. 15 and 14 on the clock. Jackson with the play action. He's going to keep it himself and try to get to the outside. A lot of pancakes on that offensive line. There's a holding. That one's going to come back.
Wasn't no doubt about that one.
They'll mark it from the 36-yard line. We'll push it back to the 46. So when we go, there's still 2 seconds. It'll be first down, and we think 2 following that penalty.
Yeah, because it was way down the field. He's spotting it at about the 36-yard line through the flag, so it'd be from the spot of the foul. 10 yards, bring it back to about the 46-yard line, 46 and a half, close to it. So it's going to be first down and about 5 yards.
2 seconds, the clock should start, and it does, and that winds it down. The end of the first quarter is there. Trojans, Lions, 14 apiece as we move to the second. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a thriller. You're watching it all right here on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Back to the second quarter we go. And very explosive. Both teams over 125 yards in total offense. Both teams with a couple of touchdowns in this one.
Not a whole lot of defense going on right now.
No, it's not. And they're going to mark that from, we'll see what they're doing with it.
Flip it.
Yeah, they've got to go the other way. And remember, so it was down the field, and they will turn around and mark this one. And so we will start the second quarter with first down and 5 from the Trojan 46-yard line.
And neither team's looking to throw the ball right now because neither team's been able to stop the other one from running the ball.
Right, 2 passes for the Trojans. One of those a touchdown, just 1 pass for the Lions of Ouachita Parish. And that's play action. Coming around to the near side is Jackson. Going to dump that one off, and that's a great dump off to the fullback out of the backfield. He's rumbling around, and he's going to go to the house as well. To the 3-2-1 touchdown. And
shoddy tackling on the part of the Trojans that time. We had 3 or 4 guys had a shot at him and just trying to arm tackle him. He's a big old boy. He ain't going to arm tackle him.
47-yard touchdown reception. And Jackson, coach, was looking deep in that one, checked down. So the coverage was down the field. And did not see the big fullback. And if you're going to not cover somebody, that big fullback you would think would be the one. But he showed soft hands in catching that one and then got a full head of steam up and got into the end zone 47 yards later. Snap is back. That kick is up. A little bit more pressure that time. And it is good. Back in 30, 21-7 Lions with the lead.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
keep an eye on the extra points and field goals later in the game. Both of these kickers are going to be tired before this one is over from kicking off. 21-7 Lions with the lead. They score in 5 plays, 63 yards, 52 seconds. The key was that 47-yard touchdown reception from the big fullback, and that was Treadway. They got that. Lindsey and Barajas back deep to receive. They stand at the 10 and 8 respectively. That's kind of a spiral kick, going to go over the head of Duncan. He touches it, got to be picked up. Barajas has it now at the 13. Dives forward, puts the ball on the ground, but the ball came out when it hit the ground, and that's what should be the call. They're not going to. They're going to say that it is Ouachita Lions football, but I'm telling you, the ball came out when it hit the ground.
I'd like to see that one on replay. Too bad we don't have a replay in high school.
That will be the turnover from Barajas diving over for that one, and you could ill afford that. That gives Ouachita the ball at the 26-yard line of the Trojans. First time they've been in plus territory all night.
Yeah, that's a mistake that's going to cost us, I believe, right off the bat.
Fourth possession for the Lions, and quickly turning around to take advantage of it. That ball is thrown out to the side and caught. Complete. Pitch and catch to number 14 is Jonathan Bradshaw.
That was a nice pass. He touched it right over the defender's head. He was playing face up to the receiver and never saw the ball, and the receiver just reached up there and picked it out of the air.
One
for a
play,
touchdown.
26 yards, 7 seconds. And it is 28-14, just like that. Rios set to try the PAT. That kick is up, and it looks like it's in the middle, and it's good. 28-14. We're going to keep it right here and just figure on that one a little bit. Second back-to-back touchdown passes, Coach, and the first one was a check down to the fullback, and that play was the fade to the line, to the wideout in man coverage.
Right, they call that right off the bat, and after a turnover like that, that's what you want to do, try to stick it to them right quick, and they definitely did it.
Yeah, you definitely want to take a shot, and I'll tell you, they'll go back to that when the ball, we believe, and after watching it a couple of more times on our replay at the top that we see during the commercial, or between there on the end on the monitor, the ball hits the ground and what caused it to come out. So, but you can't do anything about that. 28-14, 11-29 to go here. Back-to-back touchdowns. Ouachita got the ball with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, and have scored 2 touchdowns in 68 seconds, just over a minute.
Got some stoppage here. The side judge is going over to talk to the white hat. I don't know what, I think Bachman might have had something to say. I don't know what the deal is.
Sideline warning against the Trojans. Avoyles up in their game 20-0. 20-0. Avoyles leads Menard in that game.
Menard's kind of up and down. They had a good game last week. Of course, Vols is pretty stout opponent.
Vols a little tougher than the Red Devils of Pickering.
Yeah, I talked to one of the coaches, Pickering, today, and he said they're pretty weak.
So now we'll set this kick up following the sideline warning. That kick is deep and going back to the near side. It is Mingo that's Eric Jones. Jones trying to get to the outside and doesn't. Brought down at the 17-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will have it.
Nice open field tackle by number 21 there for the Lions.
Zion Johnson comes down and makes that play, and you saw Barajas was replaced by Mingo returning that kickback, and Mingo held on to it, but just the 17 yards, and that was put in play by Rios with that big high kick.
Yeah. Trojans got to answer here. We can't afford to go any further down here this early in the game. Got a way wide out this time. Might try to do the same thing with a one-on-one coverage out here.
Trojans actually get back to the 18 where they'll start it. Handoff goes to Cunningham. Stutter steps his way to the line of scrimmage and gets through just a yard. And this is such a crucial play for the Trojans. This possession.
Jalen Johnson out here signaling. He says he can beat his man, but we'll see.
Mingo now comes into the slot to the wide side of the field. The Trojans are as far to that side as you can get as the ball sits on the hash of the 19. Snap is back. Play action. Now Joe rolling this side. He's being pressured. Got to step up and does. Just protects the football and goes down, and that is big-time pressure. And it's difficult for that ball to get out of there on deep plays with Ouachita coming at you. You know, they had success with that big screen and then motion around when they got Johnson so wide open. But getting 18, 20 yards down the field is tough.
Yeah. I still think there's a little late hit going on. He was down on the ground there, and the guy coming, I mean, it wasn't a vicious hit, but he did hit him while he was on the ground.
Trojans bring Jones into the slot. Now there's 4 wideouts. Quickly, linebacker from Ouachita making his way to the far side. That was Christian Doyle. 1 second on the play clock, snapped off. That pass trying to be a comebacker, and Joe doesn't quite have the distance on that, and that is going to be a 3-and-out following 2 big touchdowns. And this, Coach, they started fast, but on the brink of finding themselves at a 21-point deficit again.
Yeah, that's something that we emphasized early on. We can't afford to get down 2 or 3 touchdowns like we've done in the past and expect to come back and win the ball game.
No score, Buckeye and Bunkie rusted on top of Pineville 27-0. Joe stays in to punt. He's been solid at it. We'll see if he gets this one away, and does. Needs to get it away and turn it over, and does not. Very returnable punt by Sermons. He's going to try to reverse field now. This is where you get a block in the back, nothing called, and Sermons is going to go. He runs about 100 yards, Coach, side to side, and ends up getting it deep into Trojan territory once again.
They don't have the blind side block in high school.
Chasing down the play, and you see that a lot. Goodness. First down, they'll start from the minus, or from the plus 20. Second time they've started down here. Third time we believe that it's been out midfield or closer. And goodness gracious, Coach, this is not, when you start out 14-14, this isn't where you expect it to be just 2 minutes later.
Right. Almost. And they get another one here, it's going to be almost an insurmountable lead for the Trojans based on we haven't been able to stop them at all so far, not even a single series.
Handoff is Sermons to the near side, and he just big block by the fullback, and that clears the way. 21 yard, another one-play touchdown drive, and Ouachita flexing a little bit of muscle in this one.
I was watching our sideline over there, and it's like they're in a daze almost, and because they got them at the looking at it on the TV for with the offensive bunch, but right now they're just flat whipping our tails.
Rio stands in there once again to attempt this one. Emilio on for his fifth extra point. They put up 69 points last week at West Ouachita, and they're over halfway to that point, and we're still just 3 minutes, 2.5 into this one. Gonna take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Trojans down big early on, 35-14, back in 30 on 446 Sports.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
And we're back.
Back to live action. Rio's set to kick off once again.
He's going to be leg weary here before the half's out.
35-14 in a game that was 14-14. Getting stronger as he goes. Jones now back to receive. He gets it at the 5, switches hands out to the 20. 25 now cuts back. Slung out at the 30-yard line is where the Trojans will have it. And goodness gracious, you've got to find a way to stop this bleeding. The wheels are wobbling. They've not quite fallen off yet. but the wagon is getting mighty wobbly here. 9:27.
I'm just disappointed in our defense. We're not putting a hat on a hat. We're not sticking them in a couple of opportunities we had to tackle them, and it just not poor tackling on our part.
2 receivers set. Snap is back, and that's a toss to Cunningham. He's trying to get up ahead of speed. It does. 35-40 goes Cunningham. First down run of 11 yards for Datlin.
The only difference in there that when they make the tackle, one man brings him down, where we have a shot and we take 2 or 3 of our guys to bring their running backs down.
Johnson all the way out to the numbers, checks where he's at. Cunningham once again up the middle, churning those legs, gets up. They'll give him 4, it looks like, on this one.
And do the NASCAR here before they get set and get the defensive call in. They're trying to get it off the sideline, but they're trying to do a hurry up.
107 yards rushing for Cunningham, the 1 touchdown. Toss goes back to Lindsey this time, looks like, as they give Cunningham a rest following a couple of yards there. 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans.
Number 10 must think he's playing for the Florida Gators. He's doing a little chop.
Doing the chomp, huh?
Yeah.
3rd down. The crowd making some noise here on the Lions sideline.
Got a nice contingent from the Trojans showed up.
Toss goes back to Lindsey. He's got enough for the first, and he gets hammered.
Boy, he needs to put his shoulder down on that one. He got hit pretty good there. The defensive guy kind of stuck him. If you watch the replay, that would be one where you need to lower your shoulder and then run over him instead of getting knocked back.
Second quarter we play, 8 minutes, 11 seconds. Trojans need to get a score here, get a stop, and get back in it. Snap is back. Joe looking to pass. He's going over. He's banged around there, was bumped off his pattern a little bit. Good defense out by DeMonte Thomas. He was one of the captains earlier in this one, I believe.
I don't think that was a catchable ball anyway, but Joe was a little bit off on his throw. What's that, only about their 4th pass we've thrown, huh?
It is. Just that is the 4th. The 1 sack thrown in there, but that was more of a rush attempt. 43-yard line, 7:59. The clock has stopped following that incompletion. See if they continue to work on Thomas, because it seems like the Trojan defenders are able to get by him, and they do. They go right back at him. But one of the big defensive linemen got a paw on that one and knocks it down. So you see, Coach, what they're trying to do is go after the cornerback to the near side, and he comes out, and they put their all-pro running back in there, Sermons, in at cornerback.
Yeah, they knew what the Trojans were doing, trying to pick on this corner on this side, and twice they went to him, and now they brought somebody else in.
Ruston up 34-0 in the second quarter on Pineville. Handoff goes up the middle to Cunningham, and I think, Coach, that's one of those that you go in there and get what you can, and then you come back and go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that 2 passes in a row got us behind the 8 ball, and 3rd and long, and we ran the ball, so you know they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Remember, Joe's the punter, too, so he lines up in that shotgun. He's got an opportunity to quick kick it. Lions know that, and they send their safety back pretty deep. 16 seconds on the play clock, so no trouble there. 7:21 and counting until halftime.
Well, even if they don't make it here, they're going to be in about the same field position they've been most all night.
It'll be the worst field position they've had. That one is thrown out to the inside. Jalen's got to make a man miss. Spun around. Great job of tackling on that one by number 11. That is Jacoby Wilson that comes up and makes that one. And, Coach, that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's the difference in the Trojans and the Lions right now. Their defense is making the play one-on-one and making the tackles, bringing them to our running backs and receivers down. We've had a lot of guys that had a shot and just didn't get it done.
7:05 is where Ruston will start their next drive. They have scored on 2 consecutive plays. Ouachita, correction. Seems like Ruston's still scoring on us.
Yeah.
Handoff up the middle. That is
and a missed tackle again.
And he's getting ahead of Stain. Barajas is there to bring him down, but not before.
Got a flag.
Two penalty flags in the backfield, and that looks like that'll be holding and bring that one back. So Ouachita will be behind the chains on this one.
But we still had a shot at him in the backfield. I didn't catch who it was, but To me, that's the difference in their defense and our defense. They got a one-on-one and they make the play. We got a one-on-one and we miss it. So we got to improve if we're going to get it back in this thing, make a tackle in the open field.
Holding, they will mark off from 3 yards back, so this will be first down and 23 following this one. You know, they mark it off from the spot of the foul. That's why that holding penalty in the backfield is so difficult.
I'd say watch the draw right here.
Jackson back in the shotgun now. A couple of real distinct differences. That's that inside toss pass to 17, complete and just outrunning defenders. Barajas, oh, they're gonna call the personal foul against Barajas, and the runner, if you don't go up and make that tackle, he cuts it up and goes to the house. So what do you do? What choice does Barajas have right there?
Yeah, I thought maybe it was a little excessive. He hit him. He did hit him right on the sideline, but he like to say, danged if you do, danged if you don't.
You'll see the replay coming here, and not a bit of cutting it out of bounds. He was not heading out of bounds, trying to get to the corner, and
yeah, he definitely hit him in bounds. So I don't know.
And if that play is not made, Spurs turns the corner and goes to the house. C.J. Spurs was looking to get to the corner, and man, if you take that play away, Coach, you give the corners to anybody that wants them. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Trojans. 6:45 to go until halftime. Handoff once again to Sermons. He is getting pressed to the outside, and there goes Chris Clark coming up and slinging Sermons out of bounds.
I'm surprised we didn't get a flag for that.
That will be a loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13. Nearing halftime, we're at the 6-minute mark. One thing, of course, gone in October are the mandatory 6-minute hydration timeouts. Back to the 44-yard line. Back under center now is Jackson. Watch for that handoff to the fullback.
Yeah.
He didn't spin as much on that one, but they like to go to that play right here. And what do you know? Jackson keeps it himself, pulls it out of the belly of the fullback, and is brought down on the far side. That is number 10, Aiden Walker, that gets that stop.
Yeah, the old dive option there. Faked the fullback, pulled it out of the belly, and turned it around the corner for a nice pickup. Still going to be third and about 7, however.
Senior receiver Mandrell Lewis, one of the captains, is making his way into the game. The big fullback comes out of there, and I've been as impressed with the play of Jamarion Treadway as I have with anybody.
He's a load, no doubt. Plus, he's got speed, and big as he is.
Cardell Sermons Jr. stands flanked just off to the left of Jackson. Now he switches and goes in motion to the right. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Got to make a stop, and rushing is there, along with, we'll see who gets up for the Trojans, but it's going to be 4th down and 1. Trojans shaken up on the play, and that was the tackler that was there.
Yeah, he's on the bottom of the pile and kind of got squished in between rushing and the ball carrier. Trying to see who it is. Not sure, but it's a timeout nonetheless.
We're going to take a timeout with them, a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Back to action. That is Tay Frazier getting up, walking off the field. That was in there. Good to see that young man up and walking off under his own power. 4th down and a long one, maybe a short 2, if you will. And I mean, everybody's thinking fullback dive. I know I am. You ought to see Jackson get up under center in this one because
he's back in the game for sure.
Goes under center, does Jackson. You got the I formation. Again, be careful. You've got everybody banged up close to the line. 5:38 and counting. Ball on the ground. He's going to pick it up. They call him down because once that knee hit, he's down, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Trojan will have it. Very anticlimactic type of stop there, Coach, but we'll certainly take it.
Yeah, and the referees, I got to give them credit. They were on the ball that time. He saw him touch.
As soon as the knee hits the ground,
and the ball in hand,
the ball is his hand, and it's over with. So, and the first thought that goes through my mind is he picks it up and runs to the outside for a touchdown, because we've seen that happen. Trojans with their very first stop of the game, and that comes on a turnover on downs with 5:32 to go until half. And now's where you need that score, stop, and score to come out of the half. Cunningham right up the middle and continues to push the pile forward. And that's what we need, is Datlin to get back to running that type of offense. 5:32 is where we're marked where this one started.
Yeah, that time the offensive line didn't move them off the ball, but it was a good job by Datlin to move the pile, pick up at 4 yards.
2nd down and 7. Cunningham trying to get to the outside, but just blown up there in the backfield. And careful the ball didn't come out. That Ouachita team trying to create turnovers now. Datlin will lose 3 yards, or the 4 all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, make it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, our passing game is not exactly, other than the 2-wheel routes, and we haven't been able to hit the wide receivers. Joe hadn't, so they're crowding the line of scrimmage now. They're backed out, and it's only a 4-man rush.
Sermon's out in coverage. That's a big matchup to watch there. A lot of cushion as they're giving them the quick little pass, but trying to stop anything from getting near that 10-yard first down mark. Joe back to pass now. Here comes pressure. Zips it over the middle. My spun around and drops it. And that one was there. Mingo knows he should have had that one. That will go down as a drop. And 4th down, and the punt team will come out. That one could have went a long way, Coach.
Yeah, that's one of them close but no cigar on that one.
Joe
that was one of the better passes Joe has thrown.
Agreed.
Besides the wheels.
That one was there, and Mingo knows. He is visibly shaken up on the sideline. Knows that he had that one and could have went a long way. Following the turnover, the Trojans go 3 and out, and Joe gets this one kind of off the side of his foot. Needs a roll here and gets it. Sermon's going to pick it up, though, and he gets hammered and brought down at the 36, and that is where Ouachita will start this drive. 4:07 to go until halftime. 35-14 lead for Ouachita.
Anytime you give up 35 points in the first half, that's not a real good thing. And they're keeping pretty much at their average. We, on the other hand, have got to find some offense here pretty quick.
Again, 69-7 was their win over West Ouachita just a week ago. Trojans, of course, dropped that game to Ruston, and looking to get their record evened at 1-1. Have some work to do here. Sermons will get the ball, comes to the near side. Good blocking.
There he goes.
Spinning around. Clark's got to get to him, but a good job of tackling. That was Jason Blackwell that makes the stop. And I'm going to tell you, Sermons, it's such a tired cliche, Coach, but as advertised.
Yeah, well, and he got to give credit their offensive line. They're putting hat on a hat out there, and he already had the corner turned before anybody come close to put tackle on him.
Closing in on 200 yards on the night is Sermons here in just the first half. We'll have some accurate stats for you at halftime, courtesy of the folks here at Ouachita. 1st down and 10 from the 41-yard line. 3:30 and counting until halftime. Toss to the far side. Sermon's looking to throw it. Why not? What else can he do?
No, he
chucks this one about 10 yards. Got a good arm, but
10 yards too deep that time.
Threw it deep and had to razzle, Coach, just not the dazzle.
Yeah, I think you need to get that nasty jersey off.
Look, I'm telling you, it's a struggle, and if we don't come back mightily, I'm going to have to wear this at Butch Stoker next year.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, maybe we can half the bet at halftime or something, and I can wear it tomorrow around the house or something. I don't know. There's that big 6'7" receiver that's back out on the field. 2nd down and 10 following that miss on the halfback pass attempt.
Going to sweep this way. Yep.
Sermon's coming to the near side, cuts back inside, missing on the tackle, but stepping out of bounds.
That was number 16. He ducked his head. Not a very good tackling technique. Anytime you put your head down like that, and he just sidestepped him, wasn't even close. That's Caleb Andrews, the linebacker.
3rd down and 7. Getting some other scores in there. Bunkie on top of Buckeye, 28-6.
Wow.
They're nearing halftime.
That's a surprise.
3rd down and 7 from the 37-yard line. 38 make it. Sermons will get it up the middle. A little bit of a hold inside on Marie, but here comes that big defense. And Marie is able to fight off and get it. Also in on it is Dwight Minor. And back-to-back 4th downs for this this Ouachita team. Had a turnover on downs last time. Don't know if they'll go for it, but it looks like they certainly will run some clock off. The big fullback for Ouachita coming off limping.
Looks like they're probably going to go into a spread formation here. They got extra receivers, brought the fullback out, and they hadn't been able to stop them too much anyway. So,
worst case, they'll get this thing down to about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But you know that Ouachita wants to put it in the end zone one more time. Snap is back to Jackson. There's going to be a pass, or going to be a motion. That'll come back. Referee calls that one himself, and it is illegal procedure. So the back out of the backfield that ran that wheel just cut up a little bit too quick, and the official saw it right away and calls it from there. So that'll be 4th down now and 11.
You have to give credit to the Monroe Association on that one. They get a call back, bring back 4th down in the bunch, so they might punt it here then, I would think.
They're bringing out a couple of different guys, but have yet to see a punter make his way out. You know, if you're Jackson, drop back and throw the ball deep. Try to get pass interference, try to get something, and if it's picked off, it's as good as a punt. If you're the defense, you're talking about, hey, knock the ball down. We want it here at the 43-yard line.
We got trip receivers to the top of the screen, twins to this side.
Don't discount the draw by Jackson either. He's back to pass, looking deep, and that's what they're going for. That one's going to be incomplete. The Trojans will have it 1st down and 10 from the 43-yard line, and that's about the best that you could hope for now with 2:19 remaining until halftime.
Right, if the Trojans can get a score here right before half, that would get it back within 2 touchdowns, which would make it a competitive game. But
and do get the ball to start the second half. And you know, Ouachita got out to a big lead last game before the Trojans even scored. Been a lot of scoring in this one, but since the 14-14 mark, it has been all Ouachita. They flurried those 3 quick touchdowns within about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Joe comes back out there. We've got Johnson to the near side, 3 receivers to the top. Back in is number 24, Devin Armstead. He has the chore of covering Johnson, but the handoff goes to Datlin. Datlin's going to be dropped at the 42-yard line.
Nice tackle. Looked like by number 40 or 48. Catch his number there, but
this is one of those, Coach, you got to hurry, but you don't want to give Ouachita any time. Snap is back. Quick throw over to the far side, complete to Duncan.
Ooh,
twists his way around.
Slobber knock right there.
Going to get out to the 48-yard line. Now it's 3rd down and 6. It looks like 3rd and a long 5, maybe a short 6. Trojans going quick as they have to. Got an extra man, need to snap the football, but he gets off. Joe and offense looking to the sideline. 1:33 remaining. Now under a minute and a half. 3rd down and 5, they call it.
Got number 2 back out here at the corner.
A lot of time coming off the clock. Play action to Datlin. Quick shot over the middle is incomplete, intended for Eric Jones. And just not much since the 14 points were gathered out of this Ash Trojan offense, and credit the Ouachita defense for that. Remember, you got Joe out there at quarterback, but he also punts the ball. So don't be surprised.
They're probably going to run the clock down here as much as they can.
Looks like
it's an incomplete pass, that's right.
Yep, so they'll bring it all the way there. Motion by Duncan. Snap is back. They throw that little screen to Jones. Jones has the 1st down. Clock will stop momentarily at 108. First down out to the 40-yard line. That's what the Trojans needed. Had to move those chains. Big, risky call there on 4th. But you've got to get aggressive, Coach.
Yeah, brought the tight end back in.
2 to the near, 1 to the top. Joe calls for it, looking for time. Not much of a rush. One man getting through. Joe comes to the near side. Kind of a jump throw. It's complete. Ouachita coaches wanted holding, but it's not. 47 seconds and counting. Trojans have got to move quickly. The 30, and they're using a lot of time between snaps. Cunningham switches sides. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the near side. Joe zips this one out complete. Clock will stop momentarily out to the 25-yard line. Trojans have got to be there ready to stop it as we sit on 30 seconds remaining until halftime. Huge, huge play for the Trojans. They've got one timeout in their pocket. 26 and 25 on the clock. Joe's got it. Back to pass. The lefty lets it go into the end zone. Overshoots Mingo, who was wide open. That's Jones, but a penalty flag sits back on the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was on Joe that time. He had him wide open and just airmailed it.
Holding is the call, would have come back anyway, and this is going to put the Trojans way back because that is called about 6 yards back in the backfield. So this is going to amount to a 16-yard penalty. Trojans have to get all the way to the 15-yard line. Be first and 26 following the march off on this, we believe. Have to get down to the 15. Yep, it is 26. First down and 26.
I think I would come back with the little bubble screen that they've had the best success with underneath and sending the lineman downfield to block. They only got a 3-man rush here.
Clock stopped with 18 seconds. Trojans have to move quickly and mistake-free. You certainly don't want to give anything to Ouachita here. First down, 26. Play action to Datlin. Going over the top. Joe's got a man in and out of the hands. Just missed him by a couple of inches, Coach. Goodness gracious, just overthrew him by a couple of inches. Mingo walks into the end zone there.
Had to give Joe credit. He did put a little more air under that one, and Mingo was almost able to run it under it, but just like you say, just off the finger.
Just missed. I mean, it was a good route from Mingo, a good pass from Joe. Just one of those that missed. But I'm seeing some opportunities to get loose in that secondary. 11 seconds on the clock. Joe back to pass. He's being pressured. Dumps this one off, and there's a late hit. And that's, goodness, 4 seconds to go. There'll be just one play left here in this first half, barring some sort of defensive penalty.
Yeah, that was a situation where if you're going to get clocked, you at least should catch it, because he definitely got his bell rung after he dropped the ball.
And look at how far back this defense is now for Ouachita. Timeout by the Lions, and should be a quick one. We'll keep it right here. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Third down, not really a concern of it. Trojans.
This is big time that the old what do you call it?
The hook and lateral.
Either that or just throw it up as deep as you can throw it in end zone. Everybody run down there and have a jump ball.
Right. Go get the Hail Mary out of it.
Right.
You can't rely on a pass interference to get you any more than just the 10 yards, but anything a little bit closer down the field, maybe have another shot at it.
Well, if they did get a penalty, even the clock runs out, then they would have at least one play to kick possibly a field goal, but really field goals are not going to help us when you're down 21 points.
Back in a very soft prevent are the Ouachita Lions, and you can't blame them. 20 yards off of the ball, off of Jalen Johnson. So you may get a short completion here and just try to get somebody to run it out. Might be a stat-padding, exciting play, a crowd pleaser, like the long fly ball in baseball. Joe has it back to pass, pressure right up the middle, and there's that screen to Cunningham. Got to gather his feet and does. Good blocking. Cunningham, though, is going to be brought down, and that will do it for the first half of play. First quarter was exciting. It was 14-14, but the Lions roared on in the second. They lead this one 35-14. We'll be back in about 15 minutes following halftime. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
I got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks, and then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
If you could fly, you can play hide and go seek in the clouds. I want to be a pilot, so you can see the whole entire world. If you could fly, you could see the whole world whenever you want.
You're gonna go on a plane with a pilot. Seriously. Your dream's gonna come true.
Please join us in supporting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Donate today at gilesgivesback.com.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
There was a huge assembly, and then he came to the gym and he announced it.
I would like to honor a warrior that is right here.
I was diagnosed with Wilms tumor kidney cancer.
Colin McGee. We're going to fly you and your family to Universal Studios in Los Angeles to meet Adam Levine. Yes!
Got there, and then we went to Santa Monica Pier, and the water felt good, and I found a bunch of cool rocks, and then we went to The Voice the next day. I got to meet Adam Levine after the show, which was amazing.
I'm Bob Giles, and I believe every business should give back. Join me at gilesgivesback.com.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
If you could fly, you can play hide and go seek in the clouds. I want to be a pilot. So you can see the whole entire world. If you could fly, you could see the whole world whenever you want.
You're really gonna go on a plane with a pilot. Seriously. Your dream's gonna come true.
Please join us in supporting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Donate today at gilesgivesback.com.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Cenla. Bob earned
And welcome back to the Lions Den here in Ouachita Parish High School, Northeast Louisiana area. Monroe is where we are at, and the Trojans started this thing 14-14, and we were glad that the Trojans did not get down 21-0 to start the game and have to battle back, Coach. But then what happened?
Then we had a 21-point run by them, even though we had scored 14, so they're back up basically 21 points down here to start the second half. But we do get the ball, right?
Get the ball to start the second half, and that was when Ouachita came out, won the toss, and took the football, and they scored on 5 straight possessions.
Well, we're going to see if Coach Bachman and the rest of the coaches' staff is able to get these guys pumped back up, because if it don't, it could get really ugly here in the second half. Tackling's been suspect on the defense, and they've been running right at us, and we've had several opportunities to bring the runner down and haven't done it. We've been close on the offense. You know, Joe's been a little bit off on some passes. We had some open receivers and had a couple of drops. Not real sharp by the offense either, so hopefully the second half we can turn this thing around and get on track.
Well, we'll be careful when we get here. Franklin Parish on top of Tioga. Tioga made the trip up here as well. That game is in the third quarter, 16-0. Franklin Parish is winning this one. We know that Cook and that group will have a lot of fight in them, in those Indians, to get that one, get them back in it. This has been the woes for it as our kickoff returns. We've not done a lot on it. The one phantom fumble that was there caused a lot of the run that went on for that 21-point run. J.T. Lindsey, Eric Jones back deep to receive. Jimmy Duncan, we'll see who else is out there with him. Tanner Townsend is out there, and Mingo. Got 6 players along the front trying to keep an eye out for any sort of a onside kick. Not the hands team necessarily, but some hands guys.
Yeah, Townsend, that's a bunky boy there from back in, was at least.
Need some things to happen. Rios, we'll see if he's still got the leg in him. He kicked the ball a lot in that first half, kickoffs and extra points.
He had to do a lot of stretching there after the half because his leg was getting leg weary, I think.
35 points the Trojans give up, and the helicopter takes off behind us once again.
Yeah, we got a air conditioner that wants to fly away back here.
Well, second half has got to favor the Trojans. They are in a 21-point deficit. Have got to fight back out of it. And Rios steps up, puts a foot into it, and we are underway. Real good kick. That is going to be Jones, who comes up and fields it after they switch sides. Jones trying to get to the outside, and he gets high load and brought down at the 26-yard line. Coach had one hit him high and one hit him low at the same time.
Yeah, he's got to give credit to Ouachita. These guys are physical, and they're sticking licks on the Trojans and not messing around.
Just this Northeast Louisiana brand of football that you've come to expect from Ruston, Ouachita, and West Monroe. And it is on display in this District 2-5A.
Yeah, we used to call them corn-fed boys, but I don't know if they eat a lot of corn or not, but they're definitely physical.
First down and 10, Trojans have it from their 26. Handoff goes to Cunningham, trying to get to the outside. Breaks the tackle there. Being pulled down 11-yard pickup, but continuing to break tackles. 130 yards rushing for Datlin Cunningham right out of the break.
That's one of the few times that they didn't bring him down with one man. Of course, he's one of the tougher runners that the Trojans have, and he was able to pick up a first down.
First down and 10, Trojans. Hand off the play action there. Joe looking to go deep. He's got to get out of trouble, and he's going to get sacked for a loss, and the Trojans will be behind where they were originally.
He had a man wide open going down the middle of the field, but he didn't have time to see him, and unfortunately got sacked for a big loss, and it's going to be second down and almost more than 20 yards to go for a first.
Trojans really just
look good one play and not so good the next. I'm going to try to be more positive here. Come on, Trojans.
Second down and a lot here following that big sack, and got to get rid of that football. That clock in your head's got to go. Joe now going puts a ball in the air. Big, deep shot to Jalen Johnson. Showtime Duke's got it incomplete. Oh, it goes out when the ball hits the ground.
I'd like to see it. I think that was a push before he actually made the catch and got away with one there.
My goodness, had it in his hands all the way to the ground and dropped it.
And he's been calling for the ball, They finally get it to him, and then he drops it.
Well, that was kind of a difficult one. There went the positivity out the window quickly.
Well,
had to go up and get that one.
That he got pushed.
Ball was underthrown just a bit. Good air under that, but just goodness.
And on what's worse is we're in poor field position. Have to turn it back over again.
Back to pass. Bordelon looking over, goes over the middle and shoots this one.
Mails
Looked
it
like
again.
A missed communication on that one. And the Trojans go backwards on that drive. Wow.
You don't like to see that coming out of the half. You know, like I said, we come out strong and we're able to move the ball and get back in this game, but you come out and go 3 plays and out in not real good field position. It's like Joe's as deep as I've seen him.
Gets this one shanked off to the left of his and that's going to hit around the middle. Needed to bounce off the back of one of those Ouachita Lions, and it doesn't. Just a 22-yard punt.
Yeah, 6 was lucky it didn't bounce and hit him from behind. The coach was hollering, get away, and he really didn't know where the ball was, and he's shaking his head a little bit, but luckily it didn't bounce off, and Trojans would have had an opportunity to get the ball. Well, can the defense make a stop here is the question.
Just about as bad of a start coming out. Just about as bad of a start as you can have coming out of the second half, Coach. You give the ball, your opponent is up by 21, the ball in positive territory at the 49.
Comes a sweep this way.
And it is. Here they come. Good tackle up high, Josh Marie.
Like a clothesline.
Got him around the upper portion of the shoulder pads.
Lucky it wasn't a face mask, but he did. He grabbed him around the neck and just slung him down. One of the few tackles that we made sink by one man that time. Got single coverage up the top. Look for him to go on the big one here. Nope, option again.
Fullback's got a ball on the ground, and they fall right on it.
And you know when you're living right there, when it fumbles the ball and the big tackle falls on it and picks up almost a first down. Maybe a first down.
They're going to mark him just shy of it. It looks like they may come in and measure. Not sure what they're going to do as they discuss it.
Yeah, they're going to give him first down.
Yep. Yeah, they give it to him. So 9:55 to go, third quarter. And they look, the breaks just keep on coming. And a team like Ouachita creates their own. You don't really need them, but they're getting them. There goes Jackson to the far side. He's brought down by 3 Trojans there. Looks like Blackwell. And
not a good job of reading the keys that time. Somebody's got to be assigned to the quarterback on the option, and we didn't have anybody till he's 8-9 yards down the field. And
Jimmy Duncan in there playing a little defense was in on that stop, and that's something new. Jimmy Duncan, one of the receivers for the Trojans, out there playing defensively. He is the sophomore wide receiver. Second down and 2 following that big one. And Bryce Russing just blows that play up. He gets in the backfield. He and Josh Marie are there.
Yeah, they were supposed to be trapping him, but they didn't get there in time. And Rushing did a nice job of stopping him in the backfield. He's played it. The front's done a pretty good job. It's once they get to our linebackers, we're just a little light and not real strong up at the linebacker position, but. Going to be third down, and we need a stop right here to get the ball back, hopefully. I'm sure they're going to go for it, two downs.
Oh, you know they will. And look, there's no sense of hurry in this team at all. Jackson with a deep handoff. That is Sermons. He is going to be stopped short, and it's going to be 4th down and 2. So the Trojans force the 4th down opportunity. But again, I agree with you. If you are Ouachita, You just line up and look at this as any other down.
Well, a big fullback, I'd say I'd be willing to bet my last dollar he's going to get the ball.
A lot
right
of
here.
times the fullback's got it. Jackson's pulled it once out of there, trying to get the Trojans perhaps to jump off. Now check with me there at the line, letting everybody know about it. They like, when he did spin around, they like to run the little option out of it. They give it to him on the far side. Going to be stopped shy of the first just a little bit.
I thought they've been running right off their guard, and that time they tried to run him a little wide.
And it looks like it's turnover Trojans.
And they got the ball for a change.
And it is 4 and out. The turnover on downs. The Trojans defense steps up and stops the big fullback, and you knew that's what they were going to.
Just offense has not been on after the first quarter has not been real sharp. Look good one play and mess up the next play, and hopefully we can get some consistency. We still got almost a quarter and a half here to go. Get back in this game.
Not really. You needed that stop after you came out and got a score to start things off in the third quarter. Joe back to pass. Wide open on the wheel route to the far side, 50. Now 40 goes Cunningham, 30 down the sideline to the 23-yard line. Gatlin Cunningham comes out of the backfield, and now he's over 100 yards receiving and rushing on the night, Coach, with 2 big catches.
Yeah, they haven't stopped that play all night.
You watch it again, you just see the tail end of it as Cunningham makes it down to the 25-yard line, and Joe Steele finally getting back up to the line of scrimmage. And man, you've got to have points. They've been down here a couple of times. Cunningham gets it one more time. Just a workhorse coming off that big 60-yard pass and catch. And he's back in there running the football.
Give it to the Hoss while the Hoss is running, I guess. And
it's one of those times you'd like to see maybe JT get in there and give him a little bit of a breather. But that tempo is being controlled here by the Trojans, as they know that's where their best opportunities are. 2 to the near, 2 to the top. Joe calls for it. Zips it over, complete to the near side. Spun around is Duncan. Duncan trying to fight his way into the end zone, but gets down at the 6. That'll be a first down, 1st and goal now for the Trojans. Clock will stop momentarily as they reset the down marker.
Number 83 and number 85 checking in the game.
That's the big heavy. That's Townsend and Harrington that come in there. You'll see Townsend attach on the line as a true tight end. Harrington back at the H-back still.
Power I set.
Handoff goes to Datlin. Datlin up the middle. Howe
gonna be down
to
on
the
about
goal
the 1.
line, just inside the 1. And Cunningham just hard charging up a running back, as you'll find. Watch him to get under there and get it once again. Looking to follow Harrington off the side. Cunningham gets it and into the end zone. How about that? 35-20. Trojans march right down the field. Datlin Cunningham pays off the long drive, and the Trojans do that one quickly. You'll see it on the replay here. Watch Cunningham, and it was in on every play of this drive and gets into the end zone.
Kind of stood up there, but we managed to squeeze it in the end zone here. Extra points big here to keep it an even game here as far as points go.
Trojans shut the gate, and Van Dyke is in there to tempt the PAT. Snap is back. Good snap. Hold is there. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-21. Trojans get it back to 2 scores. Back after this on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Back to live action, Coach, and we'll just look at that as a 6-minute drive, as the first drive of the second half. Even though the first 2 possessions, one for Ash, one for Ouachita, went quick. That was a big 4th down stop that got the Trojans the ball back. A little bit of a wheel route out of the backfield to Cunningham, and then Cunningham finishes off his drive with the 1-yard touchdown plunge, 35-21. And that's the
pooch kick.
Pooch kick may bounce up short, and it does. Rolls around.
Get him.
Finally getting on it and chased all the way back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And that's the kind of momentum that you want. Now let your deep. That's the first time I believe that Ouachita will start inside their own 20-yard line.
Right, I believe you're right. And a nice job by the coverage team getting down on the ball. And of course, he had trouble picking it up. And worst field position for the Lions that start on about the 20. Get the defense pumped up here, and we need to get a stop again. We can get back into this thing.
You see that I formation come out there. Jackson under center. The big fullback.
Watch the sweep
is
here.
Back there. Treadway. I formation run straight back to Trojans. Have got to get to him, and they run him out. Look how quick and shifty that the young man is from Ouachita. That is Cardell Sermons again, who is having himself a day as well, but able to shimmy out about 4 yards on that one, Coach.
Yeah,
they were touching
better
in the
part of
backfield.
Valor. He knew he was going to get tattooed, and he got out of bounds. But that he's got enough quickness that you're not going to get a good shot at him.
Give him 3, 2nd down and 7. 6:03 remaining here in the third. Big fullback gets it. He is stopped right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Getting in
trying
there.
to pull the ball out, almost pulled it out.
Jeremiah Jeffers Wright, the leading tackler for the Trojans, gets in there and makes that one. Watch Jeremiah fire from that left side of your screen and just jump in there into the backfield. The right side as we're looking at it. Big time play, 3rd down, and need another stop here. This is where the Trojans can really flip this thing around momentum-wise. Handoff goes to the big man, and that's going to be 4th down. And the fans
got kind of conservative right there.
Coach,
all of a sudden.
The fans that were loving the big fullback getting the ball in the first half are now up and hollering. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, you can only be right about 50% of the time. You know. Can't please everybody.
4th down and 3, and on to punt now.
First time for the game, right?
Yeah, we are 7 minutes into the 3rd quarter, so 29 minutes into this one, or 31, and that punt is away. Good punt. Almost blocked. It is handled there by Mingo. Mingo hit right as he's got it, but out to the 43-yard line.
Good coverage by the Lions, and I tell you what I was impressed with was the center snap. Did you see that ball go back
right
there? Man,
yes.
that sucker was back there in like a 1/10 of a second almost.
You know, you get your kid, you used to say teach them to be a kicker. Teach them to snap the football on the long snap. That's getting you a pro contract.
Well, yeah, they got guys that were actually wide receivers and tight ends and things like that go in just for the snap, extra point or field goal, and that's all they do. But they're good at it.
Trojans trying to get this thing back. They've had a couple of big stops here to start things off in the 3rd quarter. They've got it 1st and 10 from their own 44. See if they continue to go tempo. We think they will. There goes the workhorse Cunningham. He is brought down after a 3-yard gain. That's out to the 47.
They were kind of backed out in a pass type coverage, and Trojans tried to bust one on them, but a nice stop by the linebacker that time.
Haven't seen Lindsey here in the 2nd half. We expect to get him in there. Quick snap out to Jones, and that is banged up quickly. I mean, that was a great play by the cornerback who wasn't even guarding Jones at that point. He was on Mingo and pushes Mingo back.
Yeah, he blew up the blocker that time and was able to make the play.
Here's one of those chances. You got 20 back in here to the near side, or 24. You got a shot at Jalen in man coverage. Maybe go back over the top in this one. They look back to the near side to the Trojans.
And he's in tight coverage. Jalen make a little move on him here. He could probably beat him deep if Joe can get him the ball.
Just got to watch that pressure if Cunningham stays in and blocks here. He has been solid as a blocker for the Trojans as well.
Here comes a linebacker on a stunt.
Setting up the screen, dumped it over, and he's going to get blown up. Yeah, Cunningham keeps going. But 4th down from midfield, Coach, you go up there, you hurry up, and you go get this.
Yeah, Joe needed to put that one on the line a little more. And he kind of laid it out there, and the defense had time to recover.
What you don't always see on your screen is that linebacker just closing in when that ball's set in the air.
He read that one all the way.
Can the Trojans convert on 4th down here out near midfield?
This could be the ball game right here if we don't pick it up.
Back to pass is Joe. Zips this one, stop route complete out to Mingo for the first down. And that's the one you talked about probably 4 or 5 weeks ago that you didn't see enough of, that little stop route. Now they come back with it here.
Right, and it's an easier pass to throw, or easier because you know exactly where he's going to. And
especially with that big cushion.
Right.
Back to pass goes Bordelon. He's stepping up in the pocket, zips this one down the middle, and banged around waiting to see which one.
That was he hit him right at come there. I thought that was pretty good coverage that time by the defense. Our airplane's taking off back here behind us again.
Right.
It's going to be 2nd and 10. Trojans need to pick up a score right here for the 4th quarter and get back in this thing and make a ball game out of it. They brought the linebackers back up.
You got Jimmy Duncan in the slot, man coverage to the near side with the safety moving over to the top. So Jalen in man
could be
coverage.
A rail route. Right
no
here.
help at all. The handoff goes to Datlin trying to bust one. Bangs around out, and it's going to be a 9-yard pickup out to the 35-yard line. And look, it seemed like normally they would give him a rest on the sideline, but he's resting because they threw the ball the last 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Officially give him 8, 3rd down and 2 from the 36-yard line.
That was all Dalen that time.
Datlin trying to get to the outside, and he does. Picks up a first down, still banging around and putting that shoulder. And, Coach, he looks like he's getting stronger as he goes on.
Yeah, he's making it a lot of it just on his own. You know, the initial point of attack, he's getting some blocking, but he's running over some folks as well.
And we talked about it last night on the show with Cunningham, and he said, no, he said, they've got to get me down to tackle me. High snap. Lindsey's got this one, trying to bring the speed back in there. JT gets caught up after a yard or 2 gain. 3 minutes and counting in the 3rd. Trojans got to pay this drive off. If they can do this, they'll have a little of that momentum back. 2nd down and 9.
2:48 and counting in the 3rd quarter here. Like I say, one more score, we'll get back in this thing.
Play action to JT. JT with the block there, going over the top.
Oh, a little holding.
And
no call. No call.
And those defensive coaches on the far side by the Trojans are beside themselves because you see the receiver popping up every time.
He might have got away with one right there. He jerked him off his route. Nothing was called.
Jalen showing frustration to the near side. He looks back on the inside.
Dig down here. Need to get at least half of it to make it a makeable first down because you know they're going to go for it.
Field goals are not an option in this one by any means. 35-21. Ouachita with the lead. Throwing that little bubble screen. It's got to have to be all Jones on this one. He gets 5 or 6 on it.
It's going to make it a makeable 4th down. But
that
about
was
4 yards, 5
Eric
yards.
just coming up and making that grab in traffic too. Trojans got away with one. 4th down and 5 will need to convert their 4th down of this drive, 3rd of the quarter.
I'll call a timeout here, I believe.
Now just looking over to the sideline there as they switch Datlin from the left to the right. Once again, they'll look over 13 on the play clock, now 11 and 10. 1:58 to go here. And Coach, you're like a prophet. They do get the timeout.
A little confusion about what they wanted to run there.
And you cannot be confused. We're going to keep it right here. Don't want to miss any of this 4th down play. And certainly a lot of football left. But you've got to get down here and get something happening.
I think the biggest key is the defense in the 2nd half has come back and made some stops, unlike the 1st half where we didn't stop them a single time that I can remember.
Ouachita had 5 straight scoring possessions. They've been held 0 for 2 in the 2nd half. But you've got to take advantage of it. You cannot continue to count on your defense shutting them out here in this 2nd half. So you've got to get right back where you need to be. And there have been a couple of plays off. 4th down and 5. A little bit of Guns N' Roses playing here at Ouachita. Welcome to the jungle.
It's a big play here, 4th and about 6.
Datlin in there, offset about 1.5 yards from Joe. Jalen in man coverage has yet to see the ball come his way on this drive.
Showing 5, 6 men up on the line of scrimmage. Look like they're going to bring the linebackers as well.
Yeah, boy, if they run Gatlin out to the near side on the wheel, he'll score. Nobody out here except Johnson's man. That throw is over to the end zone. Caught. Mingo diving in. Touchdown. Amirion Mingo. My. Oh, they're rolling him out at the 2. 1-3. One gave him the touchdown, and the other said, nope, I've got him at the 3. Needless to say, they convert their third 4th down play of this third quarter. And they'll have to take the points off because I think they saw the hands go up on the far side as well. We all were confused
Well,
up
they
here.
conferred over there, and the guy sitting back side judge
There
said
goes
he stepped
Gatlin
out.
up the middle. Down at the inside the 1.
I'd like to see him lower his shoulders a little bit more. He's running too straight up, but he did manage to pick up 2 of the 3 yards. It's going to be second and goal.
Gatlin looking for his 2nd touchdown of the third quarter. They shifted over to the right hash. Minute 24 to go in the third. Trojans trail by 2. Hand up the middle. How about that? Inside.
Come on, guys. I mean, he's
touchdown.
3 yards in the end zone.
Cunningham, touchdown Trojans.
Took them forever to make the call there.
Boy, you go back to that 4th down completion to Mingo, but we'll see this one here from Gatlin. And we thought his initial surge had it, but they were running in right there is where we think he's got it because he falls into the end zone about 2 yards. And the official has to come in and see it. And there you see the score. 35-27. Trojans close the swinging gate. And this, coach, has turned into a ball game.
Yep. Come back out and answered in the second half. The defense has stepped up too.
Bad snap, but a good hold getting that up there. Good hold by Mingo. He goes and snatches that one out of the air. 35-28. We've got an interesting 13-13 to go in this one back in 30 seconds.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Come out and do the wad here on the kickoff, you think? Do like Shades of a Vols where they all just break the huddle and kick it from the
go
huddle.
somewhere. That's right. The Mustangs look to it here. And, Coach, I think they are.
Yeah, he's coming and adjusting the ball. If he kicks the top of it, he can try to get that high hopper that you see so often.
He's drawing 2 lines up, and I think this is one of those. They sky kick it over the 40 to about the 30, but we'll see.
Ouachita is kind of not sure what they're going to do either.
I'm not sure what they're going to do. I don't know that anybody knows. They're going to get out here, and I don't know. Can you get a delay on the kickoff, Coach?
Well, I don't know. They hadn't started.
Haven't whistled it ready for play yet. I thought I heard the whistle earlier. Now they will. They look at now. They started. So
there he goes.
That's what the holdup was.
Whitehead had to mark it. Now he's going to readjust the ball. So
steps back a good long ways. Look for him to put a foot into this one because you've got 8 men up. And that's that high pooch kick over to the far side. 20, it's taken. See if the Trojans are able to get down there. Got to make a saving tackle. Good spin move, hits the circle button and goes. That's about the worst thing that can happen as you take that one to the house after all of that. That's a 70-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and that brings this Ouachita crowd to life.
Speed kills, and that definitely was speed to just flat out run. And once he got past the initial line, it was all over with.
Boy, the Trojans just fight. The only thing, Coach, about that quick one there, and you don't like the touchdown by any means, but that tired Ouachita defense is going to have to get right back out there again.
Yeah, well, that's true. You would have liked to, if you was the Ouachita coach, you'd have liked them maybe not quite score quite so quick, but they'd still back to
take that one.
Touchdown lead, 2 touchdown lead.
Kick is up, and it is good. 42-28. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Ash Trojan football on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
We are back to the Lions' den here at Ouachita Parish High School. Trojans had got it back to a touchdown. The ensuing kickoff goes 70 yards to the house for Ouachita. And if you can find any amount of golden or silver lining out of that, it's that tired Ouachita defense has to get back out there. But you don't like it being back a two-score game just when you battled back to get it to one and your D had the momentum.
It'd be nice to see us get a run back right here.
Rios puts a foot into this one, and Lindsey camping out. Nope, it is going to be Jones. Jones at the 20-25, and just not the intensity on the kickoff return that you saw out of that Ouachita team on that last one.
Well, and their guys came and put hats on each one of our guys, and once he broke past the initial wall, it was all she wrote. But
54 seconds to go, third quarter of play, 42-28. You see it on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, and our other sponsors. A big shout out to them. You've seen their commercials throughout the evening. This is week 7. Trojans sit at 3-3 on the season. Rusted on top of Pineville 62-0. That one is in the fourth. Johnson comes in motion. We saw him do this, run out of the backfield, see if they spring him open. Instead, they look around at Mingo. Mingo's got it. 2 big catches in a row for Mingo. That gets a 15-yard gain and out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, he ran like he was going for the big wheel route again, and everybody had eyes on him.
Everybody drifted over that way, and that left Mingo wide open. So Johnson playing the decoy there, and they've got Sermons back out on him defensively. Said they can't hear us there. I don't know. It may be something of theirs on their side of it. Back to pass is Joe.
Get rid of it.
Over the middle, airs that one out and almost intercepted.
When Joe double pumps, he tends to sky the ball, and he did it again. Had to.
Back to it go the Trojans following that incompletion. 20 seconds to go. Third quarter of play. Second down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
I'd like to see a little stop route in here, go down about 10 and then button hook or stop, whatever you want to call it.
Still slow getting the playoff. 7, now 6 and 5 on the play clock. Joe steps up in the pocket, looking over the top again. He's got Jones in and out of the hands of Eric Jones, and that was another drop, Coach, that would have been in the end zone. These Trojan receivers are getting behind the defense in the secondary of the Lions, but I mean, they're letting Joe down.
Yeah, that wasn't on Joe that time. That was on the receiver. It hit him in a bad spot, and he just flat dropped it. Not good execution by the Trojans on offense. I mean, they looked so good the previous series and then come back and have one like this. It's going to be third and a long 10.
Well, the momentum just, snatched from you following 2 big drives, and then you...
Let's hear it, Lion fans.
Had every bit of momentum. Joe back to pass. Here comes a lot of pressure. Somebody should be open. The screen is to Johnson. He's got to avoid a tackle, and that is just a tremendous play by number 11, Jacoby Wilson. And the ball somehow, I don't know why the ball was...
They didn't mark him down, and he wound up running backwards.
And a penalty flag here. It's going to be personal foul, roughing the passer. And that's going to be not an automatic first down, but it will give the Trojans the first down and should be one untimed down, right?
I would think so. And they would go back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll mark it from the line of scrimmage, so that won't be an automatic, but it will be the first down. And I guess I started looking down on that one,
Well,
we'll see they're measuring up for
he got spun around, and then I don't think his knee ever touched, or at least the official didn't think it did, and so he wound up running about 30 yards backwards, and luckily we got a penalty to get us the first down, or we'd have been full with him forever.
Turns out to be a 30-yard penalty and a big first down, and the Trojans will have the one untimed down here to end things in the third.
How's that?
Unless it's just a, yeah, that'll get us to the fourth, 42-28. Not sure about that one. Coach Bachman is asking about it too.
You can't end on an offensive penalty.
The defensive penalty that's there should give the Trojans one more play here. And when you're down 14, you want to run a play without the clock running for sure.
I think the white hat might have blew it on this one.
They've not moved it around. They've let the guys settle, but the Trojans are out there offensively facing the way they were, so they will give them the one untimed down remaining in the third quarter.
I didn't spend but 10 years officiating myself, so I do know a little something about it.
41-yard line go the Trojans. You got E.J. Scott coming in to the game. First time that we've seen E.J. in there in a while. He's the receiver to the near side. You got Jones and Mingo. Boy, that one back to Jones would have been a nice one to have. Cunningham not really into it on this drive. First down and 10 from the 41. No time will come off the clock. Scott goes in motion. Back to pass. Now that one quickly to Mingo on the inside. Needs some blocking. Mingo spun around. Going to pick up 9 on the play. Give him 8. It'll be second down and 2 when we come back to start things off in the fourth quarter. Back after this, Trojans trail by 2 touchdowns, but they're on the move. You're watching it all on 446 Sports.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
We're back getting ready for the fourth quarter of play from Ouachita. What a thriller this one has been. It is 14-14 and then quickly 35-14. The Trojans have outscored Ouachita 14-7 in the third quarter. And the lone touchdown from Ouachita came on that 70-yard kick return for a touchdown when the Trojans looked like they had all the momentum. This defense for Ouachita has spent the entire second half out on the field.
Yeah, the advantage has been to Ouachita on the special teams so far, kickoffs, coverage, and returns.
Second down and 2. This is a good opportunity for a little play action. The lone receiver in the game for the Trojans, or correction, Mingo's to the near side, and they switch sides now and put Sermons over on Jalen. Sermons playing a lot of defense here, and you'll put big number 24, and he's a big one. That is Devin Armstead, the 6-foot, 164-pound quarterback.
It looked like they would be bringing number 1 on a shallow post route. He's got the size advantage if they'd get it to him.
Wide open as the safety floats over the top of it. It is just lone coverage. There goes Cunningham up the middle. He gets the first down and more. It'll be first down and 10 for the Trojans from the 29-yard line. Trojans will continue to go tempo throughout this one. They are down by 2 touchdowns, have a lot of momentum in it, and a tiring Ouachita defense like a fighter trying to get to the bell.
Yeah, their offense scores so quick that they didn't get any time to get any rest.
Offense, I don't know, has been on there much in this one. Cunningham trying to get to the outside. He's going to still pick up 4 on the play. Second down and 6 out to the Ouachita 26-yard line. And it just looks like Cunningham is a shoestring away from breaking a big one here. You see that Ouachita coach, the Ouachita team, hands on the hips down on that defensive line.
Yeah, they've been out there a good while, and they're starting to tire, and for our offense and get the best of them right here.
11 minutes to go in the game. Play action. Joe looking over the top. In and out of the hands. Good coverage along the wheel route. Lindsey was out of the backfield, but it was good coverage. That is the play the Trojans have been effective on.
Might have got away with a little tug on the jersey there, but no call, and I don't think he could have caught it.
Duncan and Jones back in there, so they get out of the big heavy offense and come out with 4 wideouts, 2 to the top, 2 to the near side. Eric Jones has been very effective in this second and third quarter. Joe in that offense looks to the sideline. Jalen and Jimmy Duncan to the far side. Mingo and Jones to the near side. There's Joe, quick snap out to Jalen, and he makes the first man miss. Going to pick up 3. It'll be 4th down once again.
Runs out of bounds, should have stopped the clock.
4th down and 2. So just about any play that you want in your arsenal here, Coach, but this would be what is the fourth down conversion attempt here in the second half.
Clock still running, even though he was tackled out of bounds.
10:30 to go. Clock continues to run in this one. Trojans are against their opponent, and the clock, as time is an essence in this one. Toss sweep to the back. They're going to get Cunningham out in space, and he's going to fight forward and have the first down. Cunningham out to the 19-yard line, and that was all. Datlin, watch it here as he gets the first down. Nope, we have to see it on the replay when we watch it later.
It's going to be
first down Trojans from the 19. Waiting to move the chains is what they're doing.
Well, the clock's running while the chains are being moved.
Joe calls for the ball. Cunningham once again right up the middle goes Datlin. There he goes, putting that shoulder down and banging over defenders inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be first down and goal Trojans.
That's what you like to see right there when you get one-on-one and put that shoulder down and run over the dude.
Trojans fighting the clock and a 14-point deficit here. A lot of things have to happen, but the Trojans have just been banging away in this second half. Joe calls for it. Toss once again now goes to Cunningham. He cuts back to the middle. Good tackling by Ouachita as Datlin brought down at the 5, just a pickup of a couple. Second down and goal now from the 5-yard line.
Brought the big heavy number 99 in. Looked like he was smooth 300 and something. Taking number 41 out, so they got the heavy D in.
Up the middle goes Cunningham, banging around, churning those legs. Going to be brought down at the 3. And it'll be third down and goal from the 3.
And he needs to drop his shoulder like he did on the last one right there and just power through it. He's still running a little bit high, but he got close to the goal line.
If you were ever going to fake that toss to Cunningham and pivot Joe around and bootleg him this way, he probably walks in. Long drive for the Trojans, 8:45 to go in regulation. Third down and goal from the 3. Joe tosses it to this side now. Cunningham, he ducks back in, submarine, and this is going to bring up a 4th down stand from the 2-yard line.
That was a nice job by the Ouachita defense that time, submarining in and taking his legs out from him.
4th down conversion attempt number 5 in the second half coming up.
Got the crowd into it over here on this side. Got the cowbells going. I sound like Mississippi State here for a second.
Look, this is for the momentum in this one. A touchdown by the Trojans gets it. He brings Cunningham in motion. Now they're rolling it out. Going to throw it. Cunningham's wide open, but it's going to be a motion penalty. Penalty flag on the field prior to it. It looks like Cunningham may have turned up ahead.
He turned
the
up
pass
too
was
soon.
complete in the end zone, but it's going to be a motion against the illegal shift as he moves towards the line of scrimmage, does Cunningham.
Coach just got unsportsmanlike. Somebody did anyway.
Oh, wow. You go from 4th and goal from the 2, and now you get an unsportsmanlike conduct on that. And you go from a touchdown reception to what will be 4th and goal from the
Sure,
29 maybe?
Yeah,
Because you had it from the 2. You'll back it up 5 for the illegal shift to the 7, and then back another 15 for the unsportsmanlike conduct. 4th and goal from the 22 now, we believe. And that just is a tough one. While they sort things out, that dead ball, 4th down, they'll replay it.
Yeah, there wasn't no doubt about the call because Whitehead threw that one about 35 yards up in the air.
Yeah, that mean he said he didn't like his shoes or something. I'm not certain, but it was one of those that will get it automatically for you.
Yeah.
That'll get it automatically. There it is, back to the 22-yard line. 4th and goal would be a 39-yard field goal attempt, but you don't believe that the Trojans are going to look for the field goal as they need 2 touchdowns, and that's just a long one.
And he's fixing market and play. They better hustle out here. It's
still 4th and goal, but not near as dramatic as it was from the 2-yard line. And now Joe comes in there, 17 on the play clock. Joe calls for the ball. Little play action pump fake, looking back the other way on the throwback. There's Mingo in the end zone. Touchdown, my Mingo, touchdown Trojans. And just wanted a little flair for the dramatics, Coach.
They just had to make it a little further out, that's all.
Trojans get up there, and they'll line up for the swing eight. Watch the replay as Joe looks a little bit to the play action, then turns back to the other way, throws this one, and it's all Mingo in the back of the end zone making that one, or middle of the end zone. They close the gate 42-34. Very crucial extra point attempt. Guys, don't go anywhere. This is going to be one for the ages. Snap is back. Mingo's got it. Kick is up, and it is good. Got to take a break here. Take a breather. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 42-35. Trojans trail by 7. You're watching Ash Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
The 2022 Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible to live up to the high standards that earned us this most prestigious honor. And with the utmost enthusiasm, we greatly look forward to serving you.
Back to the crowd is kind of, you'd expect a lot of excitement, which there is, but it's they're just watching what has turned into be a tremendous ball game. That defense of Ouachita has been out there the bulk of this 17 minutes or so of the second half.
Got one man deep, and the rest of them's all up expecting the onside kick.
I don't think the Trojans go for it here. They don't. They kick it away, but right to the man. It's going to bounce around, check up, and that'll bring him out of bounds. Good job. It'll be on the 21-yard line, so a perfect kick there. Great work by the Trojans, and that defense now has got to come out and face the ground game of this Ouachita Lion defense. And here we go, Coach, for another thriller.
Yeah, number 4 is not a very big guy, so he's smart. He's quick, but when he takes a chance on getting hit, he's going to run out of bounds and live for another day.
First down and 10. Trojans really need something.
This
offense is definitely rested. That is Cardell Sermons.
Yeah, I look for him to make a couple of wide sweeps right here. Try to get back to the outside again. He's deep.
Handoff does go to Sermons. He's trying to get to the outside. Cuts to the inside. Got to stop him. And he just eases his way out of bounds. Running him out of bounds was Jason Blackwell. Coach, but you cannot have those runs. You've got to get a 3 and out right here. No more points for Ouachita.
He's not a very big cat, but he's definitely got the wheels, and he gets behind those big linemen up there, and he pops through the line of scrimmage. He's good for 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, he goes 5'7", 155, 7.5 to go. Clock stopped, running out of bounds, so a plus for the Trojans there. Sermons once again going to get a steady diet of him. That one goes for a 3-yard gain out to the 45-yard line. Second down and 7.
A little better job by the Trojans stepping up and meeting him that time. They closed off the hole, but he was able to pick up about 4 yards that time, actually, from the spot.
2 one-play drives for Ouachita, 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. That's 21 of their 42 points on the night. 2nd down and a long 6, maybe a short 7. Ball rests at the 45-yard line. Bringing Sermons in motion. Fullback's going to get that one. Quarterback pulls it. Jackson still got it, and he's breaking free, spinning, running around his blocker, and good job of blocking. And that's going to send Jackson to the house from 55. And that's about the best use of your blocking that you've seen, that we've seen. I mean, you just got behind the blocker. The only man that was back there looked like Mingo on defense.
And he was trying to decide which way he was going to go, and every which way he turned, the blocker pushed him the other way, and he was able to get into the end zone. And that certainly didn't help the Trojan cause there to go back up 2 touchdowns once again.
No, he just, man, it was quick, though, about a 35-second drive.
Gosh, I don't know.
Need a missed extra point here. That'll keep things just a little bit interesting. High snap, kick is up, and it is good, 49-35. Gonna take another break. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Well, we sit here back a 14-point Trojan deficit following that very quick. The only good thing about it, that was just a quick drive by the Ouachita Lions. JT
and their
Lindsey.
defense has got to come back on the field again
Well,
without much rest.
you can only keep them tired so long if you're keeping that 14-point lead by your offense. JT's going to get it at the 9. Makes a little cut. He tries to get to the outside, but it's stopped there. I'll tell you, the special teams coverage, the kick coverage unit of Ouachita is solid.
We're not able to break it like we've done against some of these other teams, and they're not a bunch of big guys, but they definitely got quickness, and they all look like they're about 5'10", but they're good, sure tacklers out there on the kick team.
Trojans are going to have to put up 50 at least in this game to win it, Coach. Wow, 49-35. They're down 14, 6:36 remaining in regulation, dare I say. 2 to the near side, 2 to the top. Very soft coverage. Play action. Quickly out. Good sideline route and getting out of bounds. That's Jimmy Duncan on the 17-yard reception. And that's what you got to do. Work that sideline and then perhaps bust a big one. Trojans get back up there, 6.5. They're trying to answer quickly.
Yeah, they're playing soft on the outside. They're backing off 10 yards, so they're giving them practically the out route every time.
Johnson gets that one. He is spun around, and he does not get out of bounds. And that's what you got to do rather than try to cut it back inside. Go ahead and get out of bounds. Second down and 5.
Save as much clock as you can.
6:16 to go. If you've got some space, then come back and try to go get it. Second down and 7 they give him. Cunningham's going to get this and sweep to the sideline. Cunningham's into open. He cuts back 40 down to the 36-yard line is where they'll mark him. Clock will stop momentarily, but a penalty flag is going to bring this one back, we believe. Holding against the Trojans will be out at the 49, it looks like. So right out near the first down.
I'd like to see that one. I'm not called it on the wide out, undoubtedly.
That'll make it second down and 11. So when they mark it from the line of scrimmage, it's about a 5-yard penalty. That 10-yard holding penalty is assessed from the point of the foul, whether it's behind the line of scrimmage, in front of the line of scrimmage, wherever it is. That's what leads to the uneven penalty marker or yardage on there. 5:56 remaining in this one. Trojans shot themselves in the foot on that one. Fake to Lindsey, snap throw over to Jones. Need to get a block. Eric trying to bust around, gets all the yardage back out for a first down. And good job by Eric Jones. He has been the star of this game, Coach, at the wideout spot.
He's made some nice catches and some runs after the catch.
Clock stops momentarily at 5:41. Trojans do have all 3 of their timeouts. They burned a couple of them early in the first quarter, but when we rolled over to halftime, they now have their full complement of 3. They're from the Lions' 47-yard line.
Got the H-back set here again.
Handoff goes right up the middle. That's J.T. Lindsey. He's going to be caught after a 4-yard gain, and he gets slammed down about 8 yards back, and nothing is called there. My goodness.
That's uncalled for. Somebody can get hurt.
Second down and 7, and that's what that protects, is somebody getting thrown down like that and hurt well after the whistle. Second down and 7, 5:13 and counting.
Just a 3-man rush, and they bring a linebacker every time from one side to
Joe
the
going
other.
over the top, just had no opportunity for that one. And cut that route inside. It looked like Joe wanted him to go outside. Big third down now for the Trojans offensively. You've got to get 7, but you know they'll use all 4 of their opportunities.
I don't know if that was a read route or what, but there was miscommunication by the receiver and the quarterback on that time because they were nowhere close.
Third down and 7. Coach, as quickly as Ouachita is scoring, I think if the Trojans do get a touchdown, you go ahead and go for the onside kick.
Might as well.
And a 50-50 shot of getting that one back. Third down and 7. 5 minutes even. 5 minutes even remaining in regulation of this one.
Clock about to run
and
out.
The Trojans have to use one of their valuable timeouts. We'll keep it right here, as this is going to just be a 30-second timeout.
Trojans need to be in a little more hurry-up mode, and Joe was trying to get the linemen to get down, and they weren't getting down, and so had to burn a timeout. Unfortunately, that you need all your timeouts that you can get right here at this point in the game.
5 minutes remain in what is going to be an exciting 5 minutes, we've got to believe. Temperature cooling off out there. We see a lot more of the jackets in the crowd. Lows starting to dip. Once that sun went down, we knew that would happen.
Speaking of weather, did you get any rain at your house?
I did. I did.
It settled the dust. I don't know. It sucked it up as quick as it hit the ground.
Thankfully, I brought the TV in off of the deck and got that in.
Yeah, it doesn't do too good in the rain. Huh?
No, it's not. 49-35. Trojans have really been the aggressor in the second half, but it's been big play strikes.
Well, when you got a 35-14 lead at the half, they kind of backed off a little bit, I think, as far as their offense goes, and just protecting the lead. But the kickoffs have been the thing.
Defense has tightened up a little bit on, watch for that wheel with Jones out of the backfield there. Nope. Joe almost intercepted, and that was just not what anybody drew up on that one. There was no receiver around at all.
I think the receiver was supposed to run from where Joe threw it, must have been a hook route or a stop route, and the receiver kept going and wasn't nowhere close on that one.
Ruston up on top of Pineville 62-0. Of Boyles over Holy Savior Menard 60-0 in that one. We'll try to get a score from Franklin Parish and Tioga in just a bit.
This is fourth down. This is a ball game right here. If we don't pick up the first down, you can pretty much.
Music playing loud here right up to the snap. Jones once again in motion. Joe's got to step up. There's that inside seam, complete first down. My Mingo.
That would have been the college ranks. That would have been a targeting right there.
Yeah, Mingo got hit pretty hard, but good job of hanging on to it. We've seen the defenders or the receivers not help Joe out a lot in that first half. They're doing their jobs here in the second and doing them well. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, 4:43 and counting. Boy, I missed a good opportunity there.
Need to get the play in a little quicker here. We're taking too much time between plays.
Trojans will have 2 timeouts when they get over to the defensive side of it. Joe snaps this one, almost intercepted, and that ball looked like it started slipping out of his hands a little bit before he threw it.
Yeah, it was a quick out, and defensive man read it pretty quickly.
You know what that sets up, though? A little pump fake on that out and sends you guy deep.
We got 1 timeout left, the official said. So
I don't recall when they took the other one, but I believe our fine officials up here have done a wonderful job throughout this one.
Don't talk too good. They get the big head. Huh?
Well, look, back home when you ask the clock operators that, they just like do this. I think, okay.
That's all right. We won't tell.
I'm not going to tell anybody. Jones comes in motion again. Datlin gets the handoff. He's cutting up the middle now. Datlin to the 20, makes a man miss, spinning around, hit the circle button, and inside the 10 to the 9. First down and goal. Datlin Cunningham.
Need a NASCAR right here. Hustle up the line of scrimmage and get that tired defense to keep pounding on them. Put it in the end zone right
Look,
here.
I'm telling you, that offense has done everything that this defense hasn't in the second half for Ouachita. 4-12 and counting. Trojans need a couple of touchdowns and need to get one here.
First and goal from about the 9.5.
They step Jones in a step or two on the side. Cunningham gets it. He's following his big offensive line. Cunningham's going to be flipped over and land at the 1-yard line, just shy of the end zone. Got to hurry and get this one snapped off in there pretty quickly.
Yes, get them up on the line of scrimmage and let's run it. Quarterback sneak, dive, anything. Get it going here.
This
Take it
is
too long.
where the difference of what Ouachita has, you know, they can go from that shotgun to the I formation. Trojans run 100% from the shotgun. Datlin walks into the end zone. How about that? Touchdown, Datlin Cunningham. Touchdown, Trojans.
For every bit of good as the defense for Ouachita looked in the first half.
And watch this instant replay, Coach. Nobody touches them. And look, in full transparency, I got to credit my man Lamar Gafford for the how about that touchdown call. A great job getting into the end zone is Datlin Cunningham. 49-41 Trojans set to attempt the PAT. And look, the game within the game has been how well these kickers have been doing. Kick is up, and just as I talk about it, that one is money. 49-42. I got to believe the onside kick is a-coming.
I'd like to see the old worm burner here at least.
49-42, Coach. 91 points in this one. And
not exactly a defensive struggle, I'll say.
No, this has not been that one. And again, 3 plays of just a yard, or just one play.
Yeah, I don't know what the offensive totals are, but both sides has probably got combined close to 1,000 yards, I would think, between the two teams together.
Definitely.
See, we got the wide on the kickoff here. Let's see if we break huddle and go for the onside. They're expecting it.
Well, we don't need is you-know-what to happen, you-know-when.
Yeah, well, and then I definitely, they got the 2 speed guys on the corners over here, so if they do pick it up, they can burn it.
If you could just kick it quickly.
There
it is. They do. They sneak up there quickly, and they fell down. The Trojans, they'll run right by it. There's still a scrum for it. Trojans look like they might have come out of there with it. Trojans signaling they've got it, but the officials have to do it. Trojans come out of there with the football, and they've got it. And that's going to look like there were 2 footballs on the field.
So somebody's screaming like their head off down here on the Ouachita side.
Look, they hurried and got there quickly, trying to sort it out. It's either going to be first down, Trojans. They recover the onside kick. Watch the replay up the middle, and we don't get it. All we've got is the scrum, but we will post that one afterwards. See who comes out of there with that football.
They pulling him up. Look, see, turn around.
Dropped it.
Number 8.
Yeah, that's Frazier that got that one. Tay Frazier comes out of there with it. And the Trojans, oh my goodness.
It ain't over till the fat lady sings.
First down and 10 Trojans from the 40. That Ouachita defense has got to be a little bit winded out there. Joe back to pass, trying to go for the big one. Over the top now, Joe. Wide open receiver, but Joe just misses him by 7 yards. And Joe knows that's on him, and he is holding his head down because Jalen Johnson had ran right by the defender. Coach, but they were getting there earlier, but now this defense is tired for Ouachita. Goodness gracious.
Mean, he had him beat by a good 6 or 7 yards, and Joe threw it another 7 or 8 yards past him. So if he'd have just soft touched it a little bit, but that's a lot of big ifs.
Boy, you hate to look ahead in a game like this, but the old Riverboat gambler on that side, Thomas Bachman, likes to go for 2 in situations just like this. There goes Cunningham. Cunningham bounces to the outside. Now he's got the corner. Going to get to the 31-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 33, and it'll be 3rd down and a couple for the Trojans.
Like to see him run back to that sideline again, so if he does go out of bounds and stop the clock, save us a timeout, because I understand we only have 1 left. So
And I take their word for it, I promise you that. 3rd down and 2 for the Trojans. This Lion fan base is on their feet here. Trojan fans as well. Right up the middle goes Datlin. He's going to bang around and be there for the 1st down. Ball gets out to the 30. And they moved him back a little on that one. Oh, the official to the far side marked it, then he goes back.
You marked him short.
Trojans got to get up there quickly. 6th, 4th down conversion attempt for the Trojans. And big number 93 has came in the middle of this one. We heard about that is Justin Walton. And now look, Joe go under center. Gonna sneak through there, and he gets the 1st down. Look like Jacob Hester. Where are you pushing him at, Jacob? And Joe continues to run, but the whistle, all the fans from the Ouachita side calling him back. 1st down.
The old scrum there, and
first time in 8,622 plays this season that the Trojans have went under center. That's that play that we looked for. Or just the dismay of this crowd. 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Joe's got to come back and catch his breath just a little bit. Coach, I'm telling you what's setting up. It's going to be one of those 2-point conversions for the Trojans if they can get it in the end zone. I told you they needed to get to 50 to win it.
Got single coverage over here.
That's going to be Datlin up the middle, banging around, gets down to the 24-yard line.
Got a whole lot of time here, down to 2:12 and counting, and Trojans need to get a little more urgent on the
Trojans still have a timeout. The clock will stop on 1st downs. 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes remaining. 2nd down and 5. Man coverage to the near side on Jones, and now they bring Mamai in motion. Handoff goes to Cunningham. He's spinning around. He's got the 1st. Clock will stop momentarily at 1:44. 1st down.
Change one more time.
1st down Trojans, and my goodness, if you turned this one off and you went back and watched it, what a ball game this has been. 2nd down, 1st down and 10 from the 19. The yard marker on the far side is incorrect. So if you're seeing that, that is off. It is 1st down and 10. 1:25 and counting as the clock starts. Cunningham gets it. He gets to the side, cuts back inside. He's going to get another 6. Cunningham at 1:15. Now the Trojans have to go with some urgency, and there is a player down for Ouachita, and that will stop the clock, and I got to believe that we're okay with that, Coach. That is a very, very winded. Coach, you got to look ahead. Defense has been out there the entirety of the 2nd half. You've had your way with them most of the time in this. You don't want to go to overtime on it. You get the touchdown, you go for 2.
And, of course, they'll be, if he doesn't make it, there'll be armchair quarterback sitting and, why did you do that and all that kind of stuff. But you're right.
Somewhere my buddy Scott Mills is already telling me not to do it.
Come back this far, you might as well go for all the marbles here.
Injured player on the side for Ouachita. Good to see that young man up.
Yeah, they need to have the play call when it gets back to the sideline here, because of that. They're not going to have but about a minute.
That is Jadron Rush.
That's a pretty good sized lad right there.
Indeed, it is.
And they, like I say, the defense has been on the field for the Ouachita.
He runs off the field late. Clock will start momentarily. Go, but that's going to be an incomplete pass, and we'll stop it with 1 minute even.
And just turn around and know where he.
To the near side, fake the toss and bootleg. The most of his time on the left side. Joe brings a man in motion. That's Johnson. Look for him out of the wheel route. Play action, passes the same spot, slipping down in the end zone, and pass interference is going to be called from way downtown. That one was thrown.
Yeah, he kind of jerked him down there, I believe, if he got it on the
yards and a first down.
Might have called defensive holding.
Either way.
See what to call.
Pass interference on the defense. In this one, the clock will start on the ready for play. It's at the 6.
Looks like
gets the
trying to
chain
decide
set.
what to run over there. Taking too much time in my estimation.
55 seconds is nearly an eternity at 1st and goal from the 6. Joe's got 2 to the near side, calls for the ball. It's Cunningham up the middle. Cunningham banging around. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe get up under center one more time. 39, running a lot of time off the clock right there. Down to 35. Joe switches sides now. Dat to his left. Joe back to pass. Pressure's coming up the middle. Steps out of it and going to have to get a timeout now. Trojans will take that 3rd timeout, and they will. Good pressure right up the middle.
Good job by Ouachita bringing the pressure that time.
Ouachita dialed up the exact play you needed to come with right there. You go in there and you call a couple of plays here in the huddle, Coach, just in case you've got you don't have time to complete one and get up there and snap it or spike it because it'll be 4th down. You got 2 shots really inside the end zone.
Like I say, I think the best route to run would just be go down there and a turnaround stop route instead of trying to lay it out for him or try to hit somebody swinging out of the backfield, which has been a good play for him.
That pressure, though, a little inside wide receiver screen is not terrible either because you know Ouachita's going to be coming after Joe. Thinking they're going to think.
We don't have to wear that jersey no more.
Can I tell you, this is a jersey-saving call right here. You hear the fans from this Ouachita Lion team. 23 seconds remain in regulation.
This has turned into be a barn burner of a game, and you wouldn't have thought that had you watched the first half.
Joe's got 2 to the top. Eric Jones, the lone receiver, to the near side. False start is going to be whistled against Mingo. But you remember, they like to back it up a little bit. They're seeing if it was simulated by the defense.
That's what Joe's telling the white hat right there. Somebody on the defense simulated the clapping of the hands for the snap.
Not going to call it false start, but it just gives them more opportunity to throw the pass. Illegal snap, officially the call on that. Joe trying to get everything going. 18 and 17 and 16 on the clock. That's the play clock. The game clock stopped at 23 seconds. Joe quickly getting up there. 9 and 8 and 7 on the play clock. Snap is back. Joe's got time. Zips this one in there. In and out of the hands of Jalen Johnson. And it's going to be 4th down and goal. Jalen had it. Got to get all. It never happens. That one took 4 seconds on it, 19 seconds on the play clock. And this Ouachita Lion defense jumping up and down, doing everything they can to get their fan base on their feet.
You got to make the play call right here. And like there's 10 seconds on 9 seconds on the play clock. You better hurry up.
Really slow at getting this in there. 5 and 4 and 3. And this is messed up from the start. Joe back to pass. Throws this one. It's a lob to Mingo. He's got it. Mingo's got it. Touchdown. 13 seconds to go in this one. And I'm telling you, I've been telling you for about a quarter that the brings this one down. And look, no gate, no anything. Joe out there, and this one at 49 to 48. Trojans, I told you, had to get to 50, Coach. And yeah, to you. This, we're not going anywhere.
Well, that to me was in our favor because we were confused about what to run there. We had guys walking around. The lineman was still down halfway down the field. If you was watching on the screen there, and they were not sure exactly what they were going to run. Play clock was started. They might have done us a favor here to give us time to get our best play.
This is the one play that you work on, Coach, every day in practice.
Yeah, well, you know, we've seen this in Ruston before. We've seen it in
the state championship at
game.
Northwestern,
yeah.
And we've not come out on it on the right side of it in all the opportunities.
Maybe this is our time.
Look, what a way to come up here and battle back. Coach, we talked to Mike Downauer on the radio, and it was 35 to 14 at halftime. He said it could be completely the other way in the second half, and here it has been. Here come the Trojans. Very tight bunch set.
Got 3 yards to go here. We even got the officials standing.
Everybody is up in this one. One play for the ball game. Joe back in the shotgun. Timeout called by Ouachita once again, and they're icing the 2 points.
Yeah, what kind of formation we were in.
Look, again, we're not going anywhere in this one. If you've just now tuned us, like and subscribe if you're watching us on our YouTube channel. This is the kind of action that we bring to you each and every Friday night, or sometimes Thursday, occasionally on Tuesdays. No, you cannot. Coach, if you're listening to this on radio, you're missing a heck of a game.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why we bring it to you each and every week live from here. If you want to have your business in games just like this, man, what a time it is to get on board with your sponsorship. Email us at Doug@446sports.com, shameless plug. You see it, 49-48, Trojans trail by 1. They just scored. The Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard has never been more important than it is right now.
Now this is a championship play right here.
Mingo, this is a jersey taking off moment. This is a little bit of all of it.
If you do, I want to see you throw it to him when it's over with. We get these 2 points right here.
Trojans come in. They're attempting the 2-point conversion.
Got everybody up on the line of scrimmage here.
Motion by Mingo. He circles around in the backfield. Play action now. Mingo out of the backfield. Watch Mingo throw it back. Incomplete on the throwback. And the Trojans flip it back to Mingo. Mingo throws it in short and incomplete. Trojans will line up and try an onside kick once again.
Once again, the 2-point conversion fails. They had a good play call. It just was not a good throw, and he threw it too low and was not able to come up with it.
49-48, 13 seconds to go. 2-point conversion is no good.
Like you say, they've worked on that play, I'm sure, ever since the beginning of the season. It's just one of those things that just wasn't meant to be. It's a little bit off, but you got to give credit to the Trojans. They fought back offensively, and defensively were able to stop the Ouachita Lions here in the second half. But unless a miracle happens on the onside right here, we'll have one opportunity if we get it back.
Got almost everybody, 10 men within 10 yards of the football, the one lone receiver or the one lone player. How about you pick this one up in the air and house it? Oh my goodness, 13 seconds. There's that quick kick once again, but the ball was not marked ready for play. Oh, timeout. Boy, that was a close one. Look, I'm telling you, the Trojans would have had that one again.
You can tell the Trojans had worked on that. A nice soccer side rolling it down the field there, and then we were right there on it.
So you're going to have an opportunity to pick it up. The best case scenario, you run off about 4 seconds on this. Trojans would have maybe one shot down the field. It's about all they'd have. But they've got to get the football back.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have anybody deep right here. The number 4 is going to be about the 25-yard line, but
What a very timely timeout by this Ouachita Lion team. And all I can say,
Never thought it would be this close after the way the Trojans played the first half. And once
Trojans
again,
are going to have it again, but they were blocking a little earlier. Trojans should have it again, Coach, right out there, and they do come out of there with it. Again, back-to-back onside kicks, and 11 seconds, so 2 seconds off of the play clock is all that was called.
and they got a Ouachita player down on the field, I believe.
Well, that's the part. When they're all in the middle, they send 10 guys, Coach, after one man. Right there in the middle. Watch the replay on here. They sneak up there and kick it right away in the blocking and get it. Should have it around the 48-yard line. Again, Coach, we've had a 34-yarder on the season. You don't have time to get up there and do a couple of plays. You can run some kind of a flag route to the outside.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They would have to pick up a good 15 or 20 yards to even make it a shot at a field goal.
Got to believe the young man who was on the soccer field to start this season has ranged from about 35 to 40. Which means he's going to have to get to the 23, the Trojans would at best. Clock would stop momentarily, but you got to work the sideline. Don't worry about the inside middle route. Throw something to the outside and get out of bounds, and you've got a shot at a couple of plays.
Well, I got my own eye on the clock operator here to make sure she stops that clock. If we do pick up a first down, the clock will stop for a split second.
And our thoughts with that young man on the field as he is getting up. And that's good to see. That is Malik Williams, who is sitting up on his up. So kudos to him hopping up, and he'll get a good round of applause from the Lions crowd.
He looks like he's kind of woozy. He might got a little bell rung there, and if this was a pro, he'd have to lay out for a game or two.
You put your fastest receiver out there in Jalen Johnson. Coach, do a little stop route to him or Mingo or Lindsey, and let them get out of bounds.
They're giving us a good 15 or 20 yards there.
Tioga and Franklin Parrish. Franklin Parrish final 23-13. Tioga drops that one. We appreciate those viewers that have tuned in to this one. Boy, if you just listen to this if you just looking for the radio, you missing a good one. Play clock is going down to 3 and 2 and 1, and that's going to be a delay of game unless they reset the play clock.
I don't think they reset it.
Dead ball, delay a game on the Trojans, and that's just
coming out of the time
all that time there from the onside kick and the work, and they just giving themselves a little extra. Been a lot of Ouachita in the first half and a whole lot of Trojans in the second. At it and go down the field.
Got a 3-man rush, 3 linebackers. They're going to bring
10,
one linebacker.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Clock stopped at 4 seconds.
Got one more play here.
Barring some sort of miracle or a defensive penalty, this will be it. Remember, if you are a defender, you don't let anybody get by you, tackle them. Because a pass interference is only 10 yards.
Yeah.
16 and 15 on the play clock.
There. You ain't got all day to sit around and think about it.
Now you do not get to throw the ball short and get out of bounds. Back to pass is Joe. Joe stepping up. The lefty lets go of this one and running wide open. Oh, just throws it short. Ball is going to be intercepted by Chikavion Lewis, and that is the ball game. Ouachita 49. Boy, I'm telling you, Mingo was wide open, or Jalen, one of them was wide open. Down the sideline. Trojans fall to 0-2 in district, fall to 3-4 on the season, And my goodness, Ouachita going to get out of here at 2-0 in district play, Coach. But I'm telling you, this one they'll remember for a while.
Yeah, that's. I never thought the Trojans would have gotten back in it like they did. Unfortunately, special teams caught us again, and they ran a couple back, and that hurt. Just offense played well the second half. Defensively, we're just not getting it done. Getting behind 35 points in the first half, that's awful tough for anybody.
35-14, it got back to a 21-point deficit. Trojans were tied but never led in this one. This was their big opportunity to get back in it, and man, it's 0 for 3 now on 2-point conversions for game winners, and I'm going to tell you, he's going to continue to do it. The only stop that Ouachita's defense made in the entire second half was with 13 seconds to go.
Right, and it wasn't a case of the defense had it covered. It was just execution on our part. We didn't get it done. I mean, the play was there. It just, it didn't make a good throw, and then we wasn't able to come up with it.
Is your vision as crisp or clear as yours? Difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing? If so, Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
BK Distributors is proud on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
We are back to the line. Say, coaches, wow, the Trojans just flurried back. Never could, they get it back to 7 and then kickoff return for a touchdown. They get it back to 7 and then a quick score, a quick 3-play drive for them. But you go back to the first quarter when they built that lead, it was about a 2-minute game time situation all the way back to the John Barajas play where he's diving forward and the ball hits the ground and bounces out. I'll go back and look at it again on the video, and if the ball was coming out beforehand, it was coming out beforehand. But nobody on the Ouachita side thought so. Nobody on the Ouachita side thought so. Everybody in here, even the clock operators, thought that it was down. The Ouachita radio crew thought that the ball was down, and then it had hit the ground on that when John Barajas was diving over.
And that was the moment that everything changed that quickly.
So the fumble there, and they score on one play. The Trojans, I guess they have the turnover and go back another one-play drive. And still one of those games that you want to go back and watch. 0 moral victories in this one. The Trojans showed a lot of promise here tonight in this one as they face West Ouachita, West Monroe, and West Ouachita, West Monroe, and Pineville. I got that in reverse order as we'll host the Rebels of Pineville next week. We'll be back up here across the river at the team that they don't speak about up here in 2 weeks, and back home to close things out in week 10 before we start the playoffs. And all I can say is there's 3 very winnable games at Pineville, or hosting Pineville, at West Monroe, and then hosting West Ouachita. You've got 3 games you can win. Trojans are 3-4, can finish the regular season at 6-4, 5-5, somewhere in there. You got to believe still going to have a good run at the playoffs. We do believe, but a lot of promise tonight.
They're not getting blown out in any games. It's just that they're just that close, and it's just a play here, a play there, and it's.
Well, okay, so you go back to a week ago in that game when it was But they get the onside kickback. Joe throws his first interception down here, and then you run off 21 straight points. In a game that if you go down there and get that touchdown, you're in the lead. It's just been a little bit of flurries. And we talked about this several years ago when West Monroe would come up and do that, and they'd get that little flurry, and you'd look around in a 7-7 ball game, and it's 28-7.
Yeah, the diversity, and that's what happened, like I say, with the fumble on the kickoff, and then like boom, 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 and it was next thing you know, you're down 3 touchdowns, and that's a shorter period of time.
I'll tell you, the way that the Trojans controlled things offensively in the second half, it was a very tired Lions team on there. Sermons was not able to be effective in there because never had really any offensive sets. We'll have to go and look at it, and we'll have a full report on this up on our website tomorrow. So go check that out. We'll share that on our social media as well. But great opportunity to like and subscribe and follow what we're doing. If this was the first time that you've seen 446, welcome aboard. In fact, if you're still here for the post-game show, well, you really must love us, so we certainly appreciate that.
It is my ugly mug on there.
It is a long way back to Alexandria, Coach. We know you've got to get on the bus, so we're going to wrap this up. Oh, man, brother-in-law Brett Stallsby out on the camera. Big thanks out to him. Chuck Perkins pushing the buttons up here. We appreciate there. You see Chuck in the background. He's like Alfred Hitchcock. He's got up here and there. But all of the instant replays, all